Where are you guys thinking of going? Cali?
Or Arizona.
Her folks' place?
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get out of the fucking cold. I wouldn't go to Arizona in the fucking summer, man. I used to go see my grandmother. It was horrible. It was horrible there.
What was?
Arizona in the fucking summer.
Well, we're not going into summer.
No, I'm just saying, it was horrible. People that live there, it's fucking nutty. You guys don't like Florida? Oh, you just like it because you have the house there.
We have a house in Arizona and in Florida and in California.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why you always go there. No, didn't you used to go to Florida a lot, or no? You just had to, you did. You used sisters.
Oh, that's right. With Stephanie, they have a beautiful place on Newport Beach, and then they have a beautiful place in Scottsdale.
Yeah, I can't beat that. Is Miami, where would you go in Florida?
If we went to Florida, we would go to up near Daytona. Well, we go to Miami at a resort, but to visit families near Daytona, it's not the greatest part. I mean, they live in a beautiful area, but I don't like that part of Florida.
How about when you had your bus, where would you go? Would you go to Florida in there and stay anywhere? Same areas?
Yes, they're beautiful, beautiful parks down there. You don't want to go there.
God, it's so far, though.
No, it is.
I mean, how long would you go for? Like you and Donna, like 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? It's just so far.
I should copy what you thought on this. Your guy too, because he's about money and bonuses and all that. He'd know. He'd definitely know. I'm going to copy him.
Maybe just send it to him.
No.
I think you should. Why not?
Just him?
Yeah, just send it to him. He'll figure it out fucking fast.
Okay, what's his name?
You should have it in there. M-I-K-E.
Mike what?
Mike Doyle. Right there.
Okay, thanks.
That's what I sent it to.
Mike, I'm writing to you because I don't need money. I'm writing to you. Okay, good.
But I'm writing to you because Mark says you always figure shit out.
Yeah. I'm writing to you because
He knows every contact. Anytime I have an issue.
I know. Thanks. This is what you do.
What's up, Dano? Oh, shit, I didn't do this.
Screamed after it was in general unemployment. The woman's brother is
Damn it, I just told her to call me. I bet she didn't. Son of a gun. I got another email. Guy wants to do a franchise.
Who?
Just some guy going, hey, I want to do the show up in California.
Oh, I've had so many of those calls, Mark. So many of those.
You know how I said no? I said, well, first of all, you probably need about.
No, they assume they can do it. That's the other thing. This fun, 3 of my interns so far have started shows. 3 of them. One was that Ernicke. He went out of business. Another guy was Paul. He went out of business. And another guy made a very big success. I mean, he was the first intern I had at KOA. 3 fucking interns went out and did the show. Then we had a guy that ran 5280 magazine here. Listen to what he said to me. He made a couple million selling his magazine. He said, I don't doubt. He sold it to he sold his magazine Denver to 5280. And he was a real hotshot fucking guy, and his wife, they had fancy parties. And he called me one time, and then I sold my business. I'm going to Florida and starting a referral list down there. And it's really, he says, yeah. And he says, I'm going to franchise it, and I just want to know if you want to be part of it. And I said, really? I said, why is that? He said, because I'm coming like a freight train, and if you're not part of it, it's just going to kind of eat you up. And I said, really?
And that's where that went.
That was 5 years ago. But I can't stand when fucking people do that. Although, to their defense, they could look at me and say, I didn't do much with it because I was a fucking idiot. But
I don't even know how you say that.
Well, you know what I'm talking about, compared to the Angie's List and all that.
Yeah, but dude, they have backings of so much fucking money. And you gotta be fucking ethical. There's not a damn thing ethical about them, in my opinion. And I don't want to get into anything we're doing, but damn. I swear to God, I've been wearing a mask for a fucking year, and I still forget the stupid fucking mask. Oh. Miss Mark. Hey, Lee, I'm just getting ready to go on air now. Can we do this, how about Monday morning? Oh, that's cool. Call me at this number just anytime after 9 a.m. I'm good. Well, up until like 1:45. Cool, thanks, bye.
Tommy, we're stressing out.
What's going on, sis? Oh, yeah. I got it.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm sorry.
Did you take these
Yeah,
out?
I took them out by mistake.
Was the drawer unlocked yesterday when you took them out, or you took them with you?
No, right after the show, I had them around my neck, and I came in here, and rather
I
than...
thought somebody stole them, and Ross says the drawer wasn't locked.
And so what
And I
did
thought it was my fault. Yours got stolen.
No, so what I did was I just went and did the...
Okay. I just have to take it before we play. Usually, it's not always enough, but usually it's enough.
I've never seen you like that.
Yeah, beat you up. It was bad. I mean, you could see I could barely move, like even when the ball was coming at me. Like the ball hit me a few times, and you're get the hell out of here.
Sorry,
You get 'em?
I will.
Get out of here, you thief.
Here you go, Tommy.
Hey, Ross.
Yes.
Do you ever take any anti-inflammatory substances for your arthritis or whatever is bugging you? I know you complained about it a few times. I wonder, have you tried CBD?
I tried once. Didn't seem to make a difference.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some to try CBD.
Really?
And if it works, yep.
All right.
If it works, you'll pay him $1,000
No,
for
I
it.
just asked that if they. Well, they.
I mean, I take a kind of traditional anti-inflammatory medicine that does work.
What do you take?
It's actually not that traditional. You can't even buy it in America. What is it? It's called etoricoxib. You heard of Vioxx? So it's the replacement for Vioxx, but it's not legal in America.
Oh, so where do you get it?
I get it in India, but it's legal everywhere. It's legal in England and Mexico
so it really
and
works.
Canada.
It
And,
really works.
oh, yeah.
And who writes the script for it?
Nobody.
And how good is it? How good
No,
is it?
but I buy it from India.
It's not dangerous?
No, I mean, it probably still has a little bit of this kind of cardiac risk that Vioxx has. So, like, especially if you're already a high heart attack risk, you might be a little concerned with taking it, but I don't have a high cardiac risk, and I don't take it every day. So, and unlike, most anti-inflammatories like Advil and Naproxen are really rough on your stomach. They can cause ulcers, so this stuff doesn't. Vioxx didn't, and it's a different kind of anti-inflammatory.
Why does the FDA not?
You'll try the...
Because of the cardiac risk. Yeah, I'll try it. I mean, because they're afraid of lawyers. It's like I said, it's approved in the EU, Mexico, Canada, everywhere else. This is the only place it's not.
What do your parents tell you about it?
They say if it works, then take it. And it's well understood.
How come
the original drug is produced by Merck?
Because you know what? Because I'll tell you why. Because 80% of the kids of docs do not become docs.
80%?
Because they see their fucking parents work their fingers to the bone. That was a survey I read.
I was
asked
pre-med
the same
for a
thing.
while, and I'm
80%. They see their parents, and 80% of them say, "Fuck no."
What's what you had a pre-med?
I don't really care about helping people.
Okay.
Well, that'll be a problem.
Oh, right. That's one. And the other thing was, at the time where I was thinking about it, HMOs were taking over, right? And I was thinking, I don't want to be like an insurance company employee and having
They have insurance. They have insurance departments. It's so bad.
Yeah.
They pay people just billing.
And
That's what I'm saying.
I
I have an
didn't want
entire
to be.
department just for that.
I didn't want to
get
be
paid.
part of that.
Just to get paid.
Yeah. Have a great weekend, guys.
You too, man.
In a new defense, a growing number of people charged with being part of the mob that attacked the United States Capitol are blaming police. Court filings reviewed by ABC News show at least 29 defendants have claimed they thought it was okay to ransack the Capitol because police either did not stop them or failed to tell them they were not allowed.
Give me a fucking break.
But there is any actions or inactions of certain Capitol Police that day. Nearly 36 officers are being investigated, and a half dozen have been suspended. Aaron Katersky, ABC News, New York.
And the search is on in France for the timber needed to rebuild the spire at Notre Dame. Experts now say they need century-old oak trees, about 1,000 of them. Rena Roy, ABC News.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Most people know that Mr. Clean...
Hey, I was reading again, man. I heard another thing. 40 to 70 days, COVID might not even be a...
Just wet,
in the last week.
You mean mainline liberal news source? That's the trick.
Well, Fox Business or CNBC, people that are more financial, they're not looking at it from a political way. They're looking at it from a recovery state. A lot of what they're saying is it's going to be so low, possibly in 70 days, that people are just going to forget that it's even there. We'll see. I find it very interesting. I've heard that twice. I almost am starting to think, what aren't we hearing from other places?
Those whose emergency unemployment benefits expired or who exhausted balances on their claims before December 26th will be able to file for payment starting Saturday. The Colorado Department of Labor and Employment says updates to the unemployment website also include upgraded...
Now, is this our first break? Colorado Pain Care Paragon, thank you. Become the Banker 888. So what I'd like to do is we're going to go back and forth. Yeah, we'll do it.
approved additional $300 a week in federal help and be back daily. Another Democrat's looking to unseat Congresswoman Lauren Boebert when she runs for re-election next year. State Representative Donald Baldwin.
Try something for the hell of it when you start your spots. Don't say okay. Just try a different line every time you start a spot. It'll get you in a really good rotation. So a lot of times what happens is we're caught off base, or we're just getting right into it. We go, okay, or we say the name of the company right up front. So for example, Paragon.
Try something different.
Like this, for example, for Paragon. Have you had an insurance claim lately? Got it. You probably didn't get what you had coming. And then give the name. Because here's what I don't want. Here's what I have found. Verbal cues are the worst thing. You know, verbal cues are everything you want for brand building and the worst thing you can do for live spots, because what they do is say, oh, he's talking about that again. And so it's just, okay, good. I'm just so tired of him. I am tired of him. You know,
I was shocked hearing what a political dude he was. I mean, I always knew he was, but Brown was saying he's way political. And the dude knew him forever.
You know, I really do think Brown is doing great. I really believe it because of the style he has.
Well, he needs to know who to get in touch with. What are the chances the CEO of Premier's last name is Premier?
It is.
So he's just a little off.
Yeah, I didn't even know what he meant by that. I don't. If it was, it might have been years ago. But Premier isn't even. Premier is basically was taken over by Clear Channel, which was purchased by iHeart. Premier was its own entity at one time. Premier, the very first. Premier didn't have Rush. Premier was doing other people. Rush was EFM. EFM broadcasting.
Wasn't Premier an ABC?
No, ABC. What you're thinking of is McLaughlin, the president and CEO of ABC, left and started EFM, and that was he started the entire company around Rush Limbaugh, and he syndicated Rush and Dr. Dean Adele. McLaughlin had me fly out to New York, flew me out to New York, and had lunch with me and Rush and Dean. Listen to this. In the Premier Club. What the hell name was it? It was a club in New York, and he was pitching his idea of a network, and he wanted to syndicate Rush and then have an adjunct programming. At the time, this is the God's honest truth. I said no, because I'm making $300 grand a year, and I can live like a
The 8255. We are here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, and make your life just a little easier. All you have to do is call us. And you know what? How many people call? Not many compared to the millions that are having problems. And obviously, we can't take each and every call, so we try to make the call count for other people. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. You know, I was just talking to Ross about his inflammatory condition. I said, you got to try CBD. He said he would try it. I'm going to give him some. Panacea Life Sciences, RealCBDThatWorks.com. You get 30% off if you use Tom in the promo code. Mark, you play racquetball and all that stuff. Do you get pains yet? Are you in? You're in your 40s, right? You're in your 40s, right? You're in your 40s. Yeah. But you don't get chronic pain, do you?
No, but after a hard day of racquetball or yoga or whatever, it hurts.
But then it goes away, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know what age that chronic inflammation starts, sometimes younger. Some people have arthritis when they're in their 30s. But anyway, no matter what that pain, inflammation, anxiety, RealCBDThatWorks.com, Tom in the promo code, 30% off.
Hey, real quick, I was thinking yesterday we got into an argument.
Yeah,
and we were talking.
But the bad part about it was I hit the delay because I said a word I shouldn't have, and I think it wiped it out.
Listen, my point. I really want you to understand my point on this guy and what we're talking about. For those that didn't listen yesterday, is a guy called in. He's living in his car and he's upset because he was basically renting a room, and the guy started doing all kinds of shenanigans to get him out of there, like taking the door off, stealing stuff from him.
Yeah, and he was upset that there was an eviction on his record.
Well, it wasn't on his record.
Well, it was going to be.
Yeah, so my point is very simple. If you're to the point where if you get evicted from a small room and your main problem in life now is keeping this eviction off, but now you're living in a car, you have no money. I don't understand why that would be a problem. This guy's got way bigger issues in life.
I know what you were saying. I know exactly what you were saying. But you didn't hear him say he did have money to get another place. He said that.
Then why is he living in his car?
And the point he was trying to make is the biggest problem now is that eviction because it will prevent him from living somewhere else. So that is, in essence, is keeping him living in his car. I think that's what he was trying to say.
The fact he's living in his car now shows me there's lots of issues leading up to this.
Because you're saying...
You don't wake up one day and you're in a car. It takes a long time.
You're saying he should have gone from that room to another place, and the fact that he did not means he had another problem to end up in the car, right?
Yeah.
And then he was saying, now I can't get another place because of the eviction.
But it's not even on his record yet.
I know.
But no, Tom, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you end up in a car at any point in your life, you've got much bigger problems than having an eviction on your record.
Of course you do. And unfortunately, like I said, I don't know. That was a hodgepodge because I had to hit delay.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what you heard. But what I said to Mark was, hey, man, you weren't always so sophisticated. People have problems. I know. Here's the one thing that
have you ever lived in a car?
No, of course not. But here's what I'm getting at. When people call us for help, I know that we criticize people. I know we do. But it's after we find out they're like that one guy that called us, and I said, you want to be a loser. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was calling for help. And I said, you like
But he didn't want to do anything.
Exactly. But what I meant was, I think sometimes, what I was saying is, sometimes you jump on them too fast, is what I think.
So
That's what I think. I mean, no, maybe. But then there are times in the past, you had an opinion up front, and I didn't, and you turned out to be right. But here's what I told you. It doesn't matter. If you give someone time to hang themselves, let's say, or time to express themselves, there's no downside to it. The fact that you can pick them out sooner doesn't necessarily mean it's better, because sometimes I think we risk making a mistake on assuming someone's a loser.
All right, fair.
I think sometimes. But by the way, that one guy, and a lot of people who call for help, they really don't want help. They want to be heard.
They want to vent. My life sucks.
And then they don't want to be told how to get better. It's almost like they identify with being a victim of injustice. I mean, you people have heard it time and time again, haven't you? And we want to help everyone. But our goal is to truly help, to get you out of that situation and then figure out why did you get in it and how do we keep you from getting in it.
Most people have a recorder in their head.
That's right.
Recorder could say, hey, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner.
Yeah, and this is temporary.
They're generally a winner.
Right.
But if it's a loser and I'm going to get screwed, I'm going to get screwed, I'm going to get screwed.
And this gets down to basic society, okay? Listen to what I'm saying. I fear that when we have a solution for everything as a government, when we are trying to help everyone with all things, and all things go, and everybody wins, that's not life. And I think it sets people up for failure. And again, I am talking about all kinds of stuff, but I'll bring up one thing. And again, I will stand corrected if one person can help me understand how math is racist. I don't want to get into a political argument right now, because I am very, very, very liberal on some issues and very conservative on others, but math I don't see as liberal or conservative. Here's what I see. How is math racist? And what we were finding out is the sheer notion that if there is a right and wrong answer is a white premise. It is a white supremacist premise, meaning there should not be a right and wrong. I swear to God, everywhere I read, it all came down to that. And by telling people of color there is a right and a wrong, you are kind of saying, we are your lords. We are in control. And I don't get it.
Kind of. That's exactly what you're saying. But we don't want you to be an accountant because you don't understand. So we're gonna say it's okay.
But in any case, what I'm saying is this. If we change things to help everyone that we feel is oppressed, and we change it. Well, obviously we have to change things if they're unfair, obviously. But if we keep changing things, or if we dumb things down, let's say, I'm not talking about math now. Let's just say we make everything, like we don't have any more words on signs. Everything are symbols, and we just, I don't know, let's just say we try to cater to everyone. Rather than helping people, we're going to be hurting them. That's, I don't know how else to put it. But if anyone can tell me, please, I beg you, how mathematics is racist, I want to know. Because I want to be informed. I am not going to make fun. I'm going to truly wonder. Now, Ruthie, you have Groove Ford.
This is crazy.
What was the original issue? Sum it up quickly.
They could not deliver a title. They would not refund it. She went to the board, and the board said they had to buy it back, the dealer board.
Okay, and that's where we stand.
So, no, they agreed to buy it back, okay? In the meantime, while she's arguing with them, she ends up putting $1,400 into it. So I'm helping her with, hold on.
What $1,400 though? If she knew they were buying it back, why would she do that?
Ruthie, explain that real quick.
Why would you do that, Ruthie?
Well, no. In the interim, I had the car for 7 months. So in the interim, I had to do some fixing of it because it was a used car. So it needed repairs, and they totaled the $1,400.
Yeah, so it's 7 months. She had it 7 months. They kept saying they'd get her the title. She had to do some work on it.
Will they do it, and now she wants the $1,400?
Wait. So it gets worse, man. So originally she called in, and the fix was simple. She brought it back, and they wrote her a check for the purchase price. But they would not pay the $1,400, so I helped her with small claims court, and she's going to file that for the $1,400. In the meantime... Do you
think they're responsible for the $1,400?
I think they are. I think they're going to pay it. I would bet you... Forget lunch, I would bet you dinner that she will get the $1,400. But listen to this. It
depends on what the $1,400 was put into.
It gets worse.
What?
Just when I thought we were done, go ahead and say what happened, Ruthie.
What happened, Ruthie?
The check bounced.
What?
They refunded her for the car, and the scumbags, in my opinion, and I'm sorry, Groove Ford, you didn't deliver a title in 7 months, and she gets a bad bum check.
Groove wrote her a bad check?
Yes.
Hold on.
And it gets even worse than that. My bank tells me that they held up the check for 3 days waiting for them to
Ruthie,
I guess, resubmit it.
Ruthie, there's a statute in Colorado.
Treble.
A bad check statute. You can get treble damages. You get 3 times now. Do you realize that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, and you have to go through the process. In fact, I'm wondering if you should go to Frank Ball, a collection attorney.
You know what? We should. Let's see if Frank would do a favor and hop on this.
But let's ask Frank about the treble check. There might be warnings and stuff. Suzanne, let's try to get Frank Ball on the line. For those who are now going to go try to find Frank on the referral list, Frank is a collection attorney. He works for businesses. Really, the referral list isn't going to help him much. But so you're not going to find him there. He's our expert on business collections. He's a commercial guy, okay?
What do you make of Groove, though? Giving her a check that they either stop payment or they bounced? I mean, it's absurd.
That's what we have to figure out. But I'd love to know about the treble damages and the bad check statute. I'm Tom Martino with more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Okay, I'm going to do Kahlo, Payne. You're going to do Paragon. I'm going to do Become. You do 888 or whatever. I'm just going to do one, then I'm going to stop, and you do the other.
Including wintergreen and cinnamon. You've got strengths with 2, 4, and a new 7 milligram strength. You've got Freedom. They're tobacco leaf free, so you can enjoy them virtually anywhere. More flavors, more strength.
You guys ready for the back-to-back?
Yes, they're all 30s, yes.
Go to the convenience store near you or visit Milo.com. Nicotine products. Underrated, so prohibited.
Pain is something no one wants. I think we can all agree on that. Pain can ruin your life. That's why I'm so happy we have Colorado Pain Care, a group of local doctors who got together to battle pain. They'll work with your healthcare providers or directly with you or both. Whatever it is, if you have pain, start there. Call them, 303-PAIN. Start there. They will put you where you need to be. They have innovative, customized therapies. They take all insurance. 303-PAIN.
Insurance companies rip you off. Simple as that. I don't care what you say. The adjuster's job is to give you the least amount of money that they can get away with. You need someone on your side. That's Matt. He's with Paragon Services. If you're dealing with your insurance company, you need someone on your side. It's like free money in your pocket. Paragon Services, 719-726-0020 or on referralist.com.
You know, Mark, a lot of times when people are investing money, okay, they say, oh, no, you can't say guaranteed. That's against the rules. It is against the rules if it's not guaranteed. Joe Chiano, a certified financial advisor, can use the word guaranteed because it's in writing and guaranteed. You have a guaranteed tax-free return with Become the Banker, 4% plus a 1% dividend, guaranteed, and that's becomethebanker.org. He also has a guaranteed retirement pension. Find out more, becomethebanker.org.
An HVAC company that's all about choices. These guys will give you an option to repair it. They're not going to just try to sell you a new unit. They're very fair when it comes to pricing. In fact, they'll meet any company or beat them, apples to apples on any system. But listen, what I love about them, they will give you a price to repair. Even if it's an older unit, if you can't afford a new one, it's fine. But they have great prices. In fact, they have furnaces at less than $50 a month with approved financing. But 888heating.com is the name of them. Call them or check them out, 888heating.com.
Waiting for COVID-19 vaccine. Watch your distance. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. It's risky to be indoors, too. And, of course, avoid crowds. Also, wear a mask. CDC reports masks protect the people who wear them and folks around them. And wash hands using soap and water for 20 seconds. And do it frequently. Vaccines won't make COVID go away overnight, but they give us a real chance to finally overcome it. As long as we keep watching our distance, wearing our masks, washing our hands.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
And now, the NRA, you're fighting back. All this week, Newsmax TV Stakes Wheel tells the real story about fighting the NRA. Watch Stakes Wheel at 8 p.m. Eastern on Newsmax TV. Because all major cable systems forgot. Call them. Tell them you want Newsmax. And download the free Newsmax.
So this, Mark's looking at this Comrex. He said he wonders if they have any ones here that they can sell us that they want to buy.
Right. Yeah, I'd ask. But not to pass the buck, but those are recorders.
So I don't really. I mean, if we buy it, it's not the end of it.
I mean, I don't. Here's the other thing: is I've never gotten a straight answer from anyone about comparable equipment. Is there any other? Because Lucy Light also has a $300 version, $1,000 version.
But there's
where it gets better, but, right? And, yeah, so you're still at the mercy.
We're a piece of hardware.
Whereas the thing to keep in mind is that we have Comrex rack equipment that you'd have Xbox calling into. They're so compatible, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, plus with hardware, you can internally buffer, and you're not depending on they can buffer on each end. I don't know how they do it, but that's obviously something, because even a minor packet loss with Lucy sends it crazy.
Yeah.
The Avalon is worth $50. That's not just competitive. It's America's best. Book your exam.
Are you going to get the? When will you get the vaccine?
God, I don't know, man.
I mean, so are you on a list?
No. They told my parents wait 90 to 120 since they had it.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank can help you buy or sell real estate and whatever.
And he's on. He'll get you the best deal. He has stats to prove it, plus free market valuations of your home based on his experience. And there's no obligation to list. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. I can't believe that this happened. I want to talk to an attorney at law, Frank Ball, about this. Now, Frank is a collection attorney, mostly works commercially, of course, for companies, and he's been doing it a long time, so he might know about this. Frank, if somebody writes you a bad check, what are these treble damages we always hear about? Is that an urban legend, or can you go after somebody for that?
No, it's per the statute. If somebody bounces a check, now it's not good if somebody stops payment. There's a difference between stopping payment and bouncing. So if they stop payment, there's no treble damages, but there is treble damages if the check actually bounces.
Do you have to give them warning to make it look good, or can you just go? No, that's okay. Or can you go right after treble damages, Frank?
Well, you can go right after them. Basically, you have to write them a letter per the statute that says you got to pay the money, or I'm going to sue you for treble damages. And typically, in terms of the treble damages, they're not going to give you the treble damages if the other side fails to appear. They're going to want to have some kind of damages hearing to prove the treble damages.
Wait,
and the proof is I got a check and I deposited it and it bounced.
Okay, so when you say proof, you don't have to prove you suffered treble damages. You just have to show that, according to statute, you had a bounce check.
That's exactly correct.
All right, so I guess what I want to ask Ruthie. Ruthie, this car dealer wrote you the check for a refund. You turned in the car. Did the check bounce, or did they stop payment?
It bounced.
Ruthie, I would write them a letter according to the statute and ask for that money. I would, and what do you? I mean, I know, Frank, you can't tell her exactly what to say in a letter, and it's hard to represent yourself. But in essence, I imagine she can find it online.
How much was the check, Ruthie?
Almost $10,000.
Man.
They wrote you a check for $10,000, and then the check bounced.
Yeah, and it's Groove Ford.
Yeah, Groove Ford.
How do you know it bounced, Ruthie, and they didn't stop payment? What makes you say that?
Oh, because my bank called me and told me right now my assets are frozen. Everything is frozen because it's a period of 3 weeks. So I deposited the check on the 26th of January, and I found out 2 days ago. And so
Frank, I mean, she's got a good chance. She's got a good chance. But then again, if she warns them, I'm gonna sue for treble, and they pay, then they're not responsible for treble, right?
I got to tell you, Groove is a big outfit. I've bought cars from Groove, and if there's, I didn't hear the first part of the issue and why they're writing you a check, but what I would do is, with the bank, will give you a copy, or they're either going to mail it to you, or you can just go to the bank and say, "Give me a copy of the bounce check," and they'll give you a copy of the bounce check. And then I go down to Groove and I say, "Oops, sorry, there must have been some kind of error. I'll trade you this check for a new check," and then they can give you a new check, and then you go to their bank. And then you get the $10,000 in cash, and you deposit it in your bank.
Frank, they couldn't, just so you know, they couldn't deliver title. It took them 7 months, and they still couldn't get her a title. So she went to the dealer board. The dealer board forced them to buy it back because they didn't want to do anything. So she drove it down there. They write them a check, and then just like she said, the check bounced.
So listen, I know what you're saying, Frank, that they wouldn't intentionally bounce a check, and I don't think so either. I don't think so. But I do think that Ruthie needs to take action, and she has the right to ask for payment or treble damages, right? I mean, if it bounced.
Yes, she does, but it's a lot of brain death to do it. It's not easy. She's going to hire a lawyer. They're going to want a percentage, maybe a third or more. It's not easy, and I really think if you really want your $10,000, Ruthie, I'd go down and say, "Oops, sorry, something must have happened accounting-wise. I'm sure it was a mistake. Please."
Yeah, did you talk to him, Ruthie?
And then they'll do it.
Did you talk to him, Ruthie?
Yes, I did talk to them.
And what did they say?
they can't. They refuse to put me on the line with the person that made the decision.
No, I'm asking about made what decision? What decision?
Well, my bank told
what
me
decision?
that they held my bank told me that they held a check for a couple of days and then made the decision to not cash it.
Wait. Who made a decision not to cash it?
Groove Ford's bank.
No, hold on. You're telling me all kinds of weird stuff.
No. I know what she's saying. Someone at Groove Ford stopped payment on the check. That's what she's saying.
That's different than bouncing.
Understood.
So, Ruthie, someone stopped payment on it.
Did they tell you why, Ruthie?
That's the part that no one is telling me why.
Did you get a copy of the check? You'll know when you get a copy whether it's stopped or not.
Yeah, my bank person is emailing me a copy of the check.
How about just
insufficient funds means bounced. If it says, what else would it say if they stop payment? It would say stop payment, right?
That's right.
All right, so we got to figure out what it is. We don't even know what it is.
Regardless of what it is, this is absurd. She had to force the dealer board, or she had to go to the dealer board to force them to buy something back they couldn't deliver title on. Then they give her a bum check.
Can we have Deputy Doc call on this one? And today is technically car day as of Friday.
And it technically it was not a stop check because my bank teller says that there's a specific code that they have to put on it.
Okay, well, good. Well, you need to get a copy of that. We're going to have Deputy Doc call over there. Frankly, I'm sick and tired of handling this. It sounds weird. It does. By the way, if you want to revitalize your health, how about Revitalized Health? TheHormoneBros.com for BioT, estrogen, thyroid treatments, optimizing hormones. TheHormoneBros.com, plus cosmetic procedures. We'll talk about your problems coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
This is First Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown at 2, 630 KHOW, Denver.
So we're still on for being off at 12:30.
Sponsored by America's Best Contact.
Yeah, we are. Unless you hear directly from Tim, we're on. We're on. Or we're off.
We're on to be off.
We're on to be off.
We're on to be off.
Can you believe we're being preempted by women's basketball?
I don't even know how it happened.
It's the damnedest thing.
What's the deal?
Well, my understanding is they have a deal with CU that KOA will run they get to run the football games, but in exchange for it, or whatever the deal is, they also have to run some of the women's basketball. So, of course, they don't run those on KOA. They run them here.
That's all Title IX stuff or whatever.
Is that what it is?
I guess, yeah.
Currently 34 degrees. With your impacts, traffic and weather, I'm Susan Beelan, 630 KMAX.
Don't overpay for glasses. Get 2 pairs and a free exam for just $69.95.
Art and Rocky,
Rockies?
That's America's
Best. No, Rocky IV.
Oh.
In certain states, eye exams provided by independent optometrists or ophthalmologists. See store for details.
You know, the #1 treatment in an emergency room, what is it? IVs. That's right, because they can give it for trauma, dehydration, deficiencies, migraines. Whenever someone comes in, of course, they may have something wrong with them, but they know how important hydration is. And you should too. And you don't have to go to a hydration bar or an IV bar to get it done. You can get it done at home, in your home, with a medical professional from Rocky Mountain IV Medics, and it costs you no more than going in to a hydration bar. And of course, way less than an emergency room or urgent care. RockyMountainIVMedics.com. Yes, you can call them and get a same-day appointment, and you will have the comfort of your home. 720-987-2155. 720-987-2155. RockyMountainIVMedics.com. And don't forget about NAD treatment. Oh my God, it's a rejuvenation. That's RockyMountainIVMedics.com. The art of granite is the art of doing things in a very simple way, and the art of getting it so down pat that you can give people prices on the phone. He doesn't complicate things. Here's the bottom line. TheArtofGranite.com sells wholesale materials on everything they do. Then they tear out and haul away free. They do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. So what you're paying for is fabrication and installation, and you can get the price on the phone right now. 303-386-5919. The whole Front Range Mountain Communities, 303-386-5919.
For the best in homeowners association management, choose HOA Matters. They focus on being partners with their communities and take pride in their exceptional customer service that other management companies can't match. HOA Matters serves single-family, townhome, and condominium associations in North Metro Denver and
They said a quarter of the state of Texas has no clean water right now.
Call 303-450-0910. That's 303-450-0910. Or visit HOAMattersManagement.com.
Children's Hospital Colorado Mighty Millions raffle is here. You can win the $2.4 million grand prize show home, plus over $700,000 in bonus cash. Located in the exclusive community of Montague, this custom-built show home comes
So, during the next hour, I promise I will get you both of those stories that I read. We will be right back with her. Expert on terrorism for a really interesting content. That's the question I was trying to put up throughout the whole thing. Get Colin back on a guy who was in the stable. See your big screen and watch it. Got some type one of these passes. 57739. The text must email the Rush Report. Put 3 emails at boxing.com. Each of how do we know that this data is any better to come back on the show? Warning. This product is an addictive chemical. New Deal Max nicotine pouches have arrived. You've got flavors. And a new 7-milligram strain. You've got freedom. They're tobacco-free, so you can enjoy them virtually anywhere. More flavors, more strength, more freedom. You've got Deal Max. At a convenience store near you or visit Deal.com. Nicotine products. Underage sale prohibited. Website restricted to age 21 plus nicotine consumers. Great to escape to your own condo in the mountains, your own log cabin in the mountains, somewhere you can get away for long weeks or even more remotely. Stay across the Mid-Sea for American financing, reminding you that a new home, even a second home, right now, thanks to interest rates that are still close to record lows. And when you work with American financing, you don't just benefit from custom loans, you actually get full home buying experience because they partner with some of the top realtors in Colorado. So you can feel confident you're buying the right property. American financing, they are really
There is.
They're your one-stop shop.
What's that?
7 days a week, even hours. So don't put off that dream home any longer. Move up.
And
695-7000. That's 303.
I have some kind of payment. I don't even understand it. It's billing zero every month, but because of it, I can't remove.
Prime Plumbing and Heating, your first call. Their professional technicians provide comprehensive plumbing.
I don't even understand this.
Water heaters, furnaces, and more. Licensed and insured, Prime Plumbing and Heating offers competitive upfront pricing, and you never have to worry about high-pressure sales. 24. Also available. Call 720-542-8153. That's 720-542-8153. Or visit PrimePlumbingHeating.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK.
303-713-8255. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. If you have stucco, painting, siding, windows, you have decks, anything you want done outside and, of course, inside, GenesisTotalExteriors.com can get it done. Mark Szymanski's a great guy, and we hear about home improvement nightmares on this show. You don't have to worry with GenesisTotalExteriors.com for both inside and outside. Let's talk about unemployment. Marva, what's going on with you?
Hello, Tom. I have a problem getting paid from the unemployment department. I had mistakenly left my old account number from an old claim about 5 years ago, and I reapplied again for unemployment this year because I was laid off from COVID in March, and that I input 2 weeks of information until I had gotten another job, and I figured with the vacation pay that I'd received from my previous company that apparently they didn't pay, so I just didn't even check back with it. My first
So what are you calling about right now? Because this is a bit complicated. Now, you were collecting unemployment?
Yes, from March of this year.
Right.
I put a claim in.
Got it.
And I went and found another job and started inputting that information in, and then my old company got us back on.
Now, March of last year, you put in a claim. Did you start
correct.
working in April?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So
Did you collect any money at all?
I didn't check back in there to see if I had collected it. So when I received my tax forms in January of this year, it showed that I had received money, but it was going to the old account that has been closed for 4 or 5 years.
What do you mean an old account, 4 or 5 years? So you said you never checked...
My bank account.
Your bank account. So they transferred funds into... Well, where did that money go then?
It went back to them, which they have admitted that they did not...
But they're not trying to charge you for that, are they, if it went back to them?
No, they recognize that I never received payment.
Okay.
They never mailed anything to let me know that your bank account's been closed. We are having a problem getting money to you.
Well, here's the bottom line. What do you need now? It sounds like you took care of it. They know they sent it to a bad account. They got the money back. No harm, no foul.
I haven't been paid yet, and I'm paying taxes on money that I was supposed to have received and haven't received yet.
But that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Wait a sec. I thought you said you put a claim in March, got a job in April. How much would you have received legitimately?
It was a total of $812.
Okay.
And then taxes taken out of that would have left about $600 something.
Okay.
So I'm still looking to receive
No, I get
that.
it. I get it. It's that simple. That's all you had to say. You had an unemployment check that was diverted to an old account. Now you need the money. It's that simple.
Correct.
Don't complicate it. When we get you in touch with the people who we will get you in touch with, here's what you tell them. Okay, please, I'm telling you how to communicate with them. That you had a claim for unemployment last year. You were to receive $800. You received it, but it went to a wrong account. No, you didn't receive it. They paid it to a wrong account. It was sent back to the state. You never received it. But now you're being told you have to pay tax on it. What did you get, a 1099 or something?
Yes, I received a 1099.
Okay, that's all you have to say. Now, Suzanne, I know that I want to talk to everyone now, including you, on the unemployment issue. Suzanne's been working tirelessly with them, getting them information about problems we're having. The fraud stuff goes into one big bucket because there's so much fraud. They're not working on those individually. But problems like yours, they do look at if we send it to them. And this one is very simple. She had a claim. They sent it to a closed account. The closed account sent it back to the state. She never got it. And it's that simple. We can probably get that done with our contact. And then we are going to have them on the show again, right? They have been going through a tremendous transition with a new system. But did you find it difficult to explain to somebody that you did not get paid?
I've made 2 phone calls, explained it to them. They go back into the old system. Both of the people who were helping me went back through the same process and were clearly able to identify that I had not received payment.
Okay, then what do they do? Then what?
They tell me just to wait. And I say, can you give me an idea of when this is going to process through or what steps we need to take next? And they just say it has to go for approval. And I have been, it takes a while to get an actual callback from them. So I've called twice now and had the same basics. They said nothing has been done on their end from the second phone call. And I was able to schedule a third phone call on the 6th of March.
Okay, we don't have to go through all this misery. I feel sorry for you. We're going to cut through the mustard. We do have a contact, an angel at unemployment. We're also going to have them on there. Mark, welcome to the show. What's going on with you, Mark?
I just wanting to ask Mark a
Hold
question
on one
about
second.
buying the Bitcoin.
Hold on one second. Suzanne, if you could take her down. Okay, for the unemployment. Okay, what's going on with you, sir?
I'm just wanting to ask Mark about buying the Bitcoin. I've Googled it, and I was wondering where's a safe place to.
Mark is pretty
buy a
good to
little
ask
bit of
about it.
Bitcoin.
Mark's pretty good to ask about investments, but he doesn't know squat about Bitcoin.
I don't like Bitcoin, man. I don't like cryptocurrency.
No, I'm not kidding. I have done a lot of research, and guess what? I don't know crap. No. Let me explain this, Mark. I do understand what they're telling me, but it almost, honest to God, it almost sounds like magic. And seriously, I'm gonna lay it out, and then I want people to call and tell me if I'm right or wrong. But what is your actual question? Because I think I could probably answer.
Is it a good investment?
Okay.
No, I want to know. I Googled it, and I don't really trust going off the Google on, looking up one of those companies off the Google and buying my Bitcoin.
Oh, where to buy the Bitcoins? Okay. There are definitely better companies. Hold on.
It's a wallet.
I'll get you. Yeah, it's a wallet, but you can establish those in different places. I'm going to get you an answer.
You know what I do like about it? I do like the fact Elon Musk just bought a lot of it, and you can start spending Bitcoin on Tesla products soon. I think that's pretty. He legitimized it.
Well, a lot of other people bought before him.
Not $1.5 billion. That's a lot of Bitcoin.
Hold on. I'm getting a place to buy. I'm going to my.
You don't realize a Bitcoin is now worth $56,000 roughly. When we first were talking about it, it was like it's zero.
Well, Mark, I remember there were $50 each. I remember that. Can you imagine how filthy rich by buying it? But here's what. Okay, let me explain it for dummies, and maybe, and I'm the dummy, so let me see if I understand it right, and then I want you guys to give me feedback. From what I understand, there was a brainchild of some geeks who said, let's create a currency and let's limit it to sometime in the future to 21 million or something like that. Or billion, I don't know, whatever. There was a number. Then they said, do you know what? There was a finite number, and then it could be divisible, so it could go on a lot. But the actual bitcoins were limited. Then,
and they would have computer setups to actually generate the bitcoin.
But in order to get a bitcoin, you had to agree to let your computer had to be surrendered, not your computer, but part of it, so they could use it for blockchain processing of transactions. So in other words, they wanted transactions to be spread across thousands, if not millions of computers that would then they all share in the so-called profit of the transactions. Because for each transaction, there's a cost, a tiny cost. So whenever anyone buys or sells a Bitcoin or uses a Bitcoin, the organization of blockchain computers, so to speak, get a credit. That credit is in Bitcoin. So the more processing you do, the more Bitcoins you earn. So far, so good, right? So they're anonymous blockchain transaction. Blockchain meaning they're all in a big chain. No one transaction is handled by one computer. Then you keep track of your Bitcoins in a wallet, and you can spend them, sell them, or buy them.
It's keeping track of all the Bitcoins, though, and all the changes that anybody's doing inside of that wallet app.
That's right.
It's almost like a Google Doc. Like me and you share a Google Doc.
No, that's right.
But imagine you're typing something different in the Google Doc, and a million other people have it shared.
And that's why...
And everybody sees everybody's change.
And that's why they need these computers for processing. At one time, I thought it was like a chain letter. That, in other words, you just did nonsense work and generated Bitcoins. It's not nonsense where you are contributing to the whole.
It's mining.
You are doing... But what you're doing, Mark, the mining is actually helping the Bitcoin users use Bitcoin.
That's right.
Because you're processing transactions or parts of the transactions. But what I don't understand is how they assign the processing and how somebody can stop it or start it or who's in charge. Like, where is the brain? That's the part that baffles me to death. Anyway,
well, the coolest part about it is it's so safe, and honest to God, is so safe. In order to steal a Bitcoin, I mean, you've just got to give up all your information. I mean, you got to have a gun to your head, basically. Someone's not going to steal your Bitcoin wallet.
You're right. You're right. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
56,000. Talking about missing the boat.
George bought it.
8 cents. It was fucking 8 cents.
George bought it. He still made a ton of money.
When did he sell?
Coinbase Pro is the app.
Now, impact traffic. This report is sponsored by American Fast Contact.
Coinbase.com. This is a big exchange to use. That's from Mike Thomas. He's probably using
Coinbase. I just got it right here.
Oh, that's fine. Mike just texted me that. Coinbase.com.
I got it from another guy.
That's funny. It must be legit. Here's what I'm afraid of with the Bitcoin. What happens if Uncle Sam steps in and says, no good anymore?
No, I'm good.
Four, currently 34 degrees. With your impacts, traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KNAC.
Don't overpay for glasses. Get 2 pairs and a free exam for just $69.95. The exam alone is worth $50. That's not just a better deal. It's America's best. Book your exam online today.
In certain states, eye exams provided by independent optometrists or ophthalmologists. See store for details.
Guaranteed tax-free returns and tax-free income. Guaranteed. That's right. You overfund life insurance and it earns tax-free income. Now, a lot of people say it's deferred, but it's free if you do it the way Joe tells you to do it. BecomeTheBanker.org. It's worth a look. It's safe and conservative. He also has something called the Guaranteed Retirement Pension. Same thing. You put money in and you have income for life. Find out more at 303-779-6600, 779-6600, BecomeTheBanker.org. A lot of people want to sell their home. Now, obviously, you can go the conventional route, right? Put a sign up, get it listed, try to get as much as you can. A lot of people don't want to go through that because they know their house needs repairs or they just want to get out of town quickly. No matter what, I would always make the call. Always. No matter who I'm going to use, I would make the call to see if I can bypass all that. There's nothing wrong with it. Call 800-44-BUYER. See if they'll buy your house. Homevestors, they've purchased like 2,500 homes already. Maybe yours can be one of them. You know, there's no obligation. You have nothing to lose. 800-44-BUYER. Floor coverings are the very first thing you see in a house, really, if you think about it. Once you open that door and your feet touch the floor. If you have grimy, bad carpets or hardwood floors or nasty linoleum, get upgraded with SimplyFloorsInc.com. You know, you get tremendous discounts, better installers, better financing, better people to deal with than the big boxes. Trust me, I wouldn't deal with any of those. I love Simply Floors Inc. That's the website where you make your own appointment, SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Imperial Chinese is one of the top restaurants in Denver, serving high-quality food since 1985. They pride themselves on creating...
I just got 2 more. Coinbase.
I know, me too.
Hey, Mike, or I'm sorry, Dano. Check your email about the phones. I need you to try your phone. Dano.
And is always adding new seasonal dishes. Come get the best Chinese food.
Mark, I will tell you this.
South Broadway. Call 303-698-2800.
Heard the good news about COVID-19 vaccines?
Crazy.
They're here, but you can do more when it comes to. Here's how. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't
like.
And
Bitcoins, these people all trying to get in on it. Have you heard of that, right?
Both the person wearing them and the folks around them.
I won't buy any new ones, will you?
Jeez, I don't know, man. I'm telling you, Elon Musk, $1.5 billion.
/coronavirus.
That's a lot of
Sponsored by
Bitcoin.
the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
CuriosityStream has thousands of documentary films.
This guy's actually mining right now.
Device. We're the Netflix for nerds, the Hulu for history buffs, the Disney Plus for the...
I don't know, he shot me a screenshot of it.
A lot of streaming.
GPU.
How long does it take him to get it?
I don't know, let's ask him. Hey, Dave, call in. Porter, call into the show,
Yeah,
man.
we need people to,
How long does it take to mine one coin?
CuriosityStream.com to learn more and sign up today.
This is Brent Ivinson with IBO Home Loans, and rates are still at record lows.
I want to cancel my account, my PayPal. Mark, it's just, I'm always getting fucked, dinged. I mean, do you have a PayPal account?
No. I mean, I probably have an account, but I haven't used it for 10 years. Suzanne's getting you.
Equal opportunity lender regulated by ORA, NMLS 136756 for terms and conditions. Call 844-45-ID.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous.
So how do I cancel an
The
account?
idea for Harry's came out.
I want to cancel. I don't want one. I do not want one.
Trends were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. And here's our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. A hair starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3, plus...
You know, Zuckerberg paid the Winklevoss in Bitcoin. They're each worth over $1 billion.
.com.
He paid what? What did he do?
Zuckerberg.
The guy paid off that lawsuit with the Winklevoss twins. Paid them in Bitcoin.
Remember the two guys he went to college with that said that he stole Facebook from him? He paid them off with Bitcoin. And now they're rich as fuck, I guess. That's crazy. Weren't they brothers?
Yeah, twins.
Twins.
For more information,
They got double fucked.
the group to alleviate smoking pollution. We're everyone's right to breathe smoke-free air. 630 KHAL,
An iHeartRadio station.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK. 713-8255. And don't forget, Compass Insurance Group for your insurance checkups. You can call right now, 303-996-9000. Free. No obligation and totally neutral. They will go through 25 different companies to see if you have a great deal or they can do better. CompassInsuranceGroup.com, 303-996-9000. Suze, you have more information on Groove. What's going on?
Yeah, this is crazy. So what, she didn't get an opportunity to say? Tom?
And I want to mention to people, this is where the Dealer Licensing Board ordered that Groove take the car back because they couldn't provide title. Groove issued a check. She went to her bank, deposited it, and it was bounced. What?
Okay, so the only person that'll talk to her up there is some salesman who wrote her another check dated for the day it bounced. And her bank lady said, don't even deposit it, go straight to Chase. She's headed there now to cash it.
So her salesperson wrote her a check.
Some salesperson, she said it's the only person up there that'll give her the time of day right now.
Sounds like it was probably an F&I guy. I don't think any salesperson could just take a check out and write it.
Well, no, but he probably got it from someone, then he handed it to her.
Yeah. Now, Suze, are you saying that Mark is an expert?
No, Mark has a question on Bitcoin,
Is
but
he the one?
I have an expert coming on here in a few minutes.
Okay, Mark, is he the one that already asked this question, Mark, on where to buy?
Possibly,
okay,
Tom, sorry.
we got several. Mark, we have several. Coinbase seems to be the place. Coinbase. Okay, and this came from I have about 6 different messages, and they all say Coinbase.
I got the same.
Coinbase Pro or Coinbase. There's a Pro and there's a regular one.
Okay.
Coinbase, one word. Look it up.
I'll try that out. Can I make a comment?
Yes, sir.
I agree totally with what Mark said yesterday.
On what?
About that fella that you totally come unglued on him about.
Yeah?
That was just really an embarrassment part for you. I was really ashamed for you.
Well, Mark, I'm ashamed for you, okay? So we're even now. Here's the deal. If you didn't hear it, you may or may not hear it because I don't know how much of it got on the podcast. It was just a disagreement we had on how to handle a call. I'm not going to belabor the damn thing. Dolores, what's going on with you? Dolores.
Hold on, Dolores.
Yep. Hold on, Dolores, and we will come back to you, okay, with your HUD home issue. Meanwhile, we have time for many calls, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Get your calls in. And then I am going to, a lot of people are still asking about Cowboy moving and storage. I want to mention that and give another update on that.
For those who didn't hear it yesterday. So stick around.
What was I going to ask you? Hey, when you have,
yes,
when you, just over the years, when you're going to be preempted and you know it, like we do today.
We should tell people, I think.
Should or shouldn't?
I think we should.
Okay.
Because if they want to call, they should get it sooner. I don't know. That's all I'm thinking. What do you think?
I don't know if it matters. I don't think people would say, hey, I'm going to tune out now because they're going off early, right? They might say, fuck it, I'm not going to hang out for the women's basketball. That could, I have a feeling that's going to happen regardless.
Okay, I definitely have unlinked everything with payment. I need to get my money back on these mother. It's the hardest thing in the world because someone else is using my someone else's, not me.
Let's make this the healthiest year ever, and finally say no to sugar. Buy a box of Grainberry cereal today.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family. KRFX HD2 Denver.
Coming up at 5 after the hour, listen for your chance to win $1,000 on KHOW Denver.
I don't know, First Western Trust. How do I tell if things are fucking online or not? I don't know. My God in heaven, how do I tell?
Debut on the international stage since taking office, virtually addressing leaders at the Munich Security Conference today. With that,
for now, we've lost rhymes with a female body part.
Committed to Europe and democracy.
The Transatlantic Alliance is back.
It's back, and it's better than ever. You tell him, Joe.
In Texas,
and we're going to send Iran more money, pallets of money, damn it, lots of money.
Enough for state grid operators.
We'll shut them up.
For now, but lack of food and clean water is still a problem. At Houston's DeMar Stadium.
In Texas, damn it, that's all Trump's fault. If Trump did the Green New Deal, Texas would have plenty of energy. God dang it. I really didn't think Biden would bother me much, but he's bothering me more each day. I don't want to do it. He does. I'm so fucked up. It's like, it's getting really bizarro. You know, all these people coming to our border now, he's going to let in. All of a sudden, the fucking COVID doesn't matter because they're illegal, I guess. It's the craziest shit ever. Hey, did you see that front of Drudge, though? There you go again. Front page.
What did it say?
Herd immunity by April. Hopkins doctor. Will mostly be gone.
Why do people...
You know why? Because Biden fixed it.
But why? Okay, no, but... Not linked. Okay, it's not linked.
Hey folks, look at drudgereport.com. Look at the big picture on there. COVID bombshell. Herd immunity by April. Hopkins doctor. Unbelievable.
What can give you a competitive edge in today's red-hot housing market? Rocket can. That's because Rocket Mortgage can give you a verified approval. It could help your offer stand out. Because when you find the perfect home, you don't want to lose it to anybody else. Rocket Technology provides a rock-solid verification of your income, assets, and credit, giving sellers and their agents greater confidence in you. We've already helped over 1 million clients, just like you, reach their home financing goals this year alone. So remember this. What can help you buy the home you really want? Rocket can. Go to rocketmortgage.com or call us today at 8338-ROCKET. That's rocketmortgage.com or call 8338-ROCKET.
A verified approval is based on underwriting analysis and rated with your financial information or personal titles for cost information.
Tired of fucking banks.
KHOW News Time, 11:03.
COVID vaccine supply lines are coming together in Colorado after some delays.
Kate McIntyre with the state's vaccine task force.
There's no there's still fucking delaying, you lousy pieces of shit. Don't tell me they're coming together.
What?
Fucking vaccines, you can't get them if you want them. Don't be giving me any bullshit. I'm trying to get them and I can't get them.
I told you Vinny's got them. Give me $8,000, I'll go get you a vaccine, man. Just don't ask any
I heard there are people who are getting are doing that shit.
You know what's weird about that? Is the fact that it's got to be stored for X amount of hours at -170. I'd be pretty, what happens if it's not stored right? Is it just no good, or can it give you the cooties?
That's the thing.
The first method to start the NBA All-Star Game since Carmelo Anthony. That's the latest. I'm Pat Ward.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Westera Credit Union.
President Red Sports Traffic Center. Hit today through Douglas County, northbound 25. The highway is stopped. Stay off northbound 25. The problem is emergency brake repair. Northbound 25 shut down between Bridgegate and Lincoln Avenue.
This is stupid. Two-party verification, right?
Yep.
Okay, and it asks you to put in the fucking phone number you want it sent to. Well, how stupid is that? So the cheater can...
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Okay, my bank has two-party verification when I went on it. It says, put it, do you want to be texted the code? Yes. Put in your mobile phone number. Yeah. The whole purpose of two-party verification...
You've probably already told it what it is. In other words, it won't even send it out unless you verify what number it's going to. You follow me?
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. That would be ridiculous. Anybody could put their own cell number in there.
Okay, see, I don't understand how I have this much money. I took a bunch of money out.
I don't. You know, I would not complain that you have more money in your bank than you thought.
When it comes to website presence and when it comes to websites.
And I'm just really, I'm a bit flabbergasted by it, but okay.
You know, there
I'm
are
not
so
kidding.
many people that lie in this space. Go to someone that we found to be genuine, accurate, and works. GetFoundFast.com.
To keep your home comfortable and running its best, make Prime Plumbing and Heating your first call. Their professional technicians provide comprehensive plumbing and services for HVAC, water heaters, furnaces, and more. Licensed and insured, Prime Plumbing and Heating offers competitive upfront pricing, and you never have to worry about high-pressure sales. 24/7 emergency service also available. Call 720-542-8153. That's 720-542-8153. Or visit PrimePlumbingHeating.com.
It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword GREEN to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's GREEN to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help for all of your troubles. This hour brought to you by WaterPros, waterpros.net, for the most inexpensive, best quality whole house conditioning systems you'll ever find. Plus, even that under $2,000, whole house, fully installed by honest, competent people. The only people I would use right now with water conditioning, water filtration, both filtration, conditioning under $2,000, fully installed, or you can get a point of use filtration, and that's just under $1,000. I'm serious. Waterpros.net. Dolores has an issue with HUD, and by the way, we're going to get a Bitcoin expert on to dumb it down. And whatever is on your mind, call us. We have an abbreviated show today, so it's important that you call us before 12:30. 303-713-TALK.
Guess what we're getting preempted by?
We're getting preempted by wonderful women's basketball.
That's right.
I don't know why, though. That usually it has something to do with they have to run something on another station, which pushes another thing over to here and stuff like that. They normally run that, I believe, on another station, but when there's a conflict, what are you saying no for, Shannon?
Oh, no, CU Women's Basketball is on KHOW.
Oh, CU Women's Basketball is always on KHOW. But why is it that we only get preempted once in a great while?
Because your show is on so early.
Okay, so, but the games are normally when? In the evenings?
Yep, 8
okay,
p.m.
Got it. But the playoffs, is that what this is? The playoffs? No? What is it? Then, okay, why? Oh, never mind. Dolores, what's going on with you, Dolores?
I'm good today, as best I can be.
How can we help?
What I'm having with HUD. Can you hear me?
I can, and you can just tell us the story, Dolores.
Okay. Well, this started in 2016, unbeknownst to me.
Okay, what happened? What happened?
It rolled over because I had a reasonable accommodation in because I have insomnia. That didn't happen because some other residents were attempting to
Dolores,
evict me.
Let me ask a question now. I'm a little confused. So, Dolores, hang on one sec. You got a whole bunch of stuff in your head, so I need to parse it out. Is this a rental? This is not a HUD where you own. Okay. Are you renting?
I'm renting it.
Okay.
So basically, I've had a water leak for 4 years
in
one place or the other.
Okay, so you're renting a place, and in 2016, what happened?
In 2016, there were some other individuals who attempted to have me evicted by lying.
Why?
So I had to make something up.
Why?
Because they're doing stuff wrong. Like the one woman that still lives there, she's subleasing her apartment.
Oh,
and we're not supposed to do that.
So Dolores, so the people that wanted to get you out of there, they didn't like you because they were doing things wrong.
Yes.
Okay, and what happened then? Did they succeed in getting you thrown out or not?
No, because I'm a fighter, honey. I'm a fighter.
Okay, so what happened after that?
Well, because of the rumors that they spread, management has always been, nonchalant to me and what goes on in my apartment.
You mean they've been suspicious?
No, they've never been suspicious.
Oh, okay.
I don't answer my door unless somebody calls me. There's no traffic at my house. There's nothing going on.
So after these rumors, after these rumors, what happened?
So when they found out that people were lying, they still didn't do anything to them. However, they continued to put notices on my door, which affected my anxiety.
What kind of notices, Dolores? What kind of notices?
Notices that I'm allowing people to park in the parking space, that I'm selling drugs, using drugs.
So in other words, management started harassing you?
Yes.
Okay, then what?
So what I did was I called HUD because there was these two water leaks. The first water leak started in 2016.
The first what?
The
first what?
There was when they have inspections. Okay, they've got these inspections and they're supposed to keep the apartments up to par. Okay. Well, the one guy comes in and from just the little things that he had done and said, "Oh, this is a pass for management." I really didn't want him messing with anything because that's being lackadaisical. That's not caring.
What year was this?
This is my home.
What year was this? What was this in 2016 or 17?
Yes, he changes the water spout, the water that comes out the tub, and it was fine. It wasn't broke. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Well, he changed it.
He changed your water faucet he changed the fixture in the bathtub.
The tub.
And what year was that?
I told him, I begged him not to do it.
What year was that?
Not to do it.
What year was that?
That was 2016.
Okay, so what does this have to do with anything? Tell me how this relates to 5 years later.
How this relates to me is that these people right now, I had a pipe bust. And how it relates to me is that for the longest I felt like that tap was going to fall through to the basement, and I was going to be in it.
So you had a leak where? Where was the leak, dear? Where was it?
It was in the tub because the first guy that put the fixture together said, "Don't pull up on that." The water spout for the tub. There's usually a little dial you can pull up.
Yeah.
He said, "Don't pull up on that." Okay. And it was that way for years, no problem.
I have no idea what her problem is.
I don't either, Dolores. What are you calling about today, dear? I know you have all of this stuff.
Okay, HUD denied my claim. HUD denied my claim.
What claim? Dolores, slow down. You got to slow down, okay? You got to really slow down. You're trying to tell us too much. What claim did HUD deny you?
my complaint that they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
And what did you want them to do?
In my apartment.
What did you want them to do that they didn't do?
They need to do a mold test.
Okay.
They have it. They're not going to. They don't want to do one.
They don't have
mice
to.
In my apartment.
They don't have to. But they hold on. Let's go one at a time. Dolores,
like a root canal.
Let's just go one at a time, okay? And we can help you. All right. The mold.
Well, I kind of feel like I'm in a rush because.
But you're not in a rush, Dolores. Dolores, you're not in a rush. So mold is one problem, and what's the other one? Let's just list the problems. Mold and mice.
Mice.
What else?
Mice are the biggest problem from 2018.
Okay. What else? What else? Mold and mice.
Mold, they need to test for that.
Got it. Mold and mice. What else?
And as well as they started harassing me by making me take my garden stuff out because the people that were trying to.
What do you mean taking, Dolores? What do you mean taking your garbage stuff out? What do you mean?
No, the garden. I work in. I have. There's a little space in the.
Got it. Okay. So they wanted you to stop. They wanted you to stop doing the garden.
Yes, because someone keeps tearing it up every year.
No, I get it. Okay, so right now I'm just trying to get a list. So we got mold, we got mice, we got the garden. What are the big issues? Tell me the other ones.
The big issues are that they, Ross management, the people that are over my boss, over my direct managers, they won't call me back.
Okay, and you want them to call you back about the mold and the mice and that kind of stuff.
I want them to come see this unit.
Okay.
I want them to come see.
Do you think that they're ignoring you?
Most certainly.
Why?
Because I'm stirring up trouble.
And how are you stirring up trouble? Asking for help with mold and mice and the garden thing, that's not trouble. How do you think that, what are they going to tell us? What are they making up about you if you think they're making it up? Tell me what they think about you.
Okay, what the deal is that the one maintenance guy, I don't want him to come in my home.
Why?
Because he doesn't do the work.
Okay. Okay. So are you saying they're ignoring you, or are you saying they're sending the same guy that you don't want? What exactly can we do to help you?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, well, Dolores, that's what this show is about, helping people. And I know you wanted to come on and tell us a whole bunch of stuff that started in 2016. But what we need to know is, for example,
just a few months ago, just a few months ago, I had cellulitis in my leg, and I had to go to Denver Health Hospital.
Yes.
And the doctor couldn't understand why I had cellulitis because there's nothing foreign in my blood.
Yeah.
And so I got on I looked at cellulitis, and I went to Johns Hopkins because they research everything. And I looked up cellulitis in relation to mice. And I didn't know that mice had fleas.
So hold on. You're telling me that the fleas have got on the mice and on you, and that caused your cellulitis?
Yes, because I guess they bite. It just feels like something's like it's touching your skin, but it's like you don't know what it is because you can't see it.
Okay. Dolores,
I've been on them for the longest.
How much do you weigh? How much do you weigh?
How much do I weigh?
Yeah.
I weigh, I don't know, about 170.
And how tall are you?
5'5".
Okay. Sometimes cellulitis comes from being overweight or improper diet. It doesn't always come from external means like mice fleas.
You know, it sounds to me, though, they want to send the handyman in or whoever's doing the maintenance in the building, and she doesn't want him in. So I'm not quite sure how they would fix anyhow. Why don't you want him to come in and get rid of the mice?
They have other maintenance men. However, this maintenance man, now he has tools because I put a stink up about it in the office with the manager.
Okay.
Because he didn't have tools.
Dolores, I think if you want to have my opinion, I really think we can help you, but you're going to have to listen to us, and I'm not sure you're ready to, but I'm going to come back to you, okay? Really. We have more on this, okay? I'm Tom Martino. Stick around.
Man, she is everywhere.
For the best in homeowners association management,
she might be on drugs, man. I don't know, but man, she can't concentrate 22 seconds.
Serve single family, townhome, and condominium associations
Is that the only one?
Suburbs.
Well,
Dependable
we have-
management at affordable
What?
prices.
Yeah, I mean, we can mess around with all of these.
Here, I'll do Century.
We can do all of them together. All of them.
Or visit HOAMattersManagement.com.
I'll time the two. Let's talk about Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. What are some of the reviews he gets from our?
Oh my goodness, the best guy I've ever dealt with. He's an
The
angel.
best person.
It never ends.
Yes. Now, what we really like is that he doesn't have a long-term contract. You know, there are realtors that tie people down for 2 years and then want a commission and do nothing. Frank will never do that.
I like how he prepped my house before he sold it. He sent a whole cleaning crew in.
No, he
it was top to bottom.
And it's all included. Let's just put it this way. You're going to love it. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. And then let's talk about where are you going next in your RV?
Well, God, we've been thinking about it. We're definitely going to get up to Breckenridge for a weekend soon, but as far as a long trip, we're probably going to head back to Nevada. We had a great time. They have some of the nicest places there.
Why did you, seriously?
Yeah.
You looked on the internet. Why did you end up buying a Century?
Price. I'm kind of a cheap guy. I like the guys at Century. I've never had issues with them. We represent them. But I called them up and I said, hey, I found this unit you have in stock, the exact one in Texas. Here's how much they want.
Anyone could get a deal.
Of course, anybody could. And they beat the price of one of the biggest ones in Texas, and I drove off that day.
And they're right in our backyard, just north of the city, exit 240 and I-25, or just out west, north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims. That's CenturyRV.com, 303-453-1111.
You know, an HVAC company I love talking about is 888heating.com. I love their phone number. I love their website. But what I love even more about them is they give you the choices. If you just want to fix your furnace and not replace it, they'll give you a great price. If you do want a new furnace, they'll give you all the choices. Economical systems starting at less than $50 a month with approved financing, all the way up to some of the best top-of-the-line equipment you can imagine. If you're looking for that HVAC company, these are your guys. Call or visit them, 888heating.com.
Heard the good COVID-19 vaccines? They're here. But you can do more than wait for your turn. See, you have the power to help slow the spread.
You know, the one thing I don't think I'd do again, I don't think I'd buy a new bus or a new RV. I'm not saying like a trailer or something, but something in the price range where like mine was or higher. I'd never buy a new one again. I would buy a new one. Did you ever buy a new one when you were into it? Or did you always buy used?
I bought I bought a new one and I bought.
And you washed your ass on a new one.
Wash your hands.
No, because I bought it right. I lost a little. Yeah, but I bought it. My very, very first one was a brand new American.
Wear a mask and wash your hands. Simple, effective, and along with vaccines, they're how you
Then I bought a
can make
bus.
a big
What was the one we put the,
Then I bought a used bus.
yeah.
And that was nice from a country city. Then I bought a brand new bus, which was that Marathon that we put that in.
The Marathon,
It was fucking good. Then I bought a used big giant Vontari. It was the fiberglass bus, the H345. Oh my God. Then after that, I bought a Travel Supreme, which was on a bus chassis, but totally different.
What was your favorite, that last one?
No, because I bought it before all the new technology and the slide outs. My last one had the slide outs, but my favorite one was Marathon. If I could get
That didn't have slides?
No, but if I could get a Marathon with slides, but Mark, none of them are worth what you pay.
No,
none of them are. I think the best deal.
Well, if you have truly though, if you have a band, I mean, really, that is the only way to travel.
But now that I know about them, because those engines are truly rock solid.
Oh, they're million miles.
If you can get one with 100,000 or more, you will save so much money, and you can refurbish the inside for next to nothing. So, in my opinion, buying new would be the dumbest thing in the world. I would buy one with slides, used, with a bunch of miles on it, and you just do the refresh the interior. That's the way to do it. You know, I was thinking of doing that again instead of all my aircraft.
Yeah, but I didn't think Stephanie liked RVing. She might actually, though, right?
No, she won't. I don't think so. I can't really. I mean, we are so different with some of that stuff. She's not as prissy as I thought. I mean, for damn sure.
Yeah.
Nothing like she used to be.
You can save even more for driving safely.
Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent to get a quote. Find out how much you can save today. Allstate. Now that should be music to your ears.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on the discount discount. Drawbacks as an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company. Affiliates, Winslow, Illinois.
From the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center. Finally, back to some seasonal weather. The high today 45, morning clouds, afternoon sun. Tracking snow for tomorrow night. Fox 31. Report weather meteorologist Brooks Carter.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. With Indeed, there's no waiting for real results. Indeed searches through the millions of resumes in their database to deliver great candidates who fit your job description instantly. Claim your $75 credit towards your at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. The Harris Law Firm, harrisfamilylaw.com. I urge you to contact them if you're thinking about a divorce. Now, one thing about them, they do an early neutral assessment. You can go in on your own. You don't even have to tell your spouse you're thinking about it. And they can tell you what a divorce looks like and exactly probably what will happen based on their vast experience. Harris Family Law, they're good people. And they really look to do this thing in the most cost-effective way without a lot of conflict. They give you guidance, wisdom, strength, and peace of mind. Truly, I've seen them go through this process with people I've sent to them. They have free webinars every Wednesday as well. Find out more, harrisfamilylaw.com. harrisfamilylaw.com. Okay, now, we know Dolores has a whole bunch of problems and she needs help, and we're going to help her. Okay, we're going to call. We're going to have someone call the landlord, but here's what I think is happening. Dolores, what I think is happening is this. There are people like you and most of us who collect injustices. What we do is we don't forget stuff. So when we go to tell someone about a problem, we feel compelled to let them know everything, like everything going all the way back to 2016. And it's not necessary. But here's the worst part, Dolores. People, when they don't know how to deal with you, they ignore you or they think you're nuts, and it gives them the excuse to ignore you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So even though in your mind you have good reason to be upset about all kinds of things that happen to you, you need, for the sake of getting things done, to narrow them down and not accompany everything with a story. And this is everyone listening. Over my 45 years of doing this, listening to people, 40 years in Denver, going and listening to people every day, I can tell you the wrong way to complain is to tell a story with the complaint. In other words, Dolores, you can say to them very simply this: I am having a mouse problem. What do you suggest I do? Now, mice are not necessarily the landlord's responsibility unless it's out through the whole project and it becomes a habitability issue. So mice are definitely a problem that they should probably help with. As far as mold goes, mold is the #1 complaint in real estate, yet the least validated, because most of the time there is not a mold problem. It's just something people love to bring up, because if they have any ailments, they can simply say mold. It's the scary boogeyman that no one can see. And I'm telling you that they're not required to search for a mold problem. Not at all. You're required to prove it. They are not required to open up walls or look under things. If you think there is mold, you need to pay for a mold spore study of your air. And if it's excessive, then we can address it. But they do not have to address a mold issue at all, unless you show there is one or they admit there is one. It's that simple. Whether you like it or not doesn't matter. That's the way it is. Because mold is invisible when I say invisible, what I mean is where it is may be visible, but it may be hidden. And the results are invisible. As far as the garden goes, I don't know what to tell you about that. That is whatever is your right in a lease. But we can probably help you have them address the mice problem. Deputy Marty would be excellent at this, because he is the one that parses through stuff, and he makes people sound pretty legit when he represents them. and I don't mean legally represent, I mean just to be a spokesperson. Would you be willing to have us have our guy call, and Deputy Smarty Pants can help you talk to your management company? Do you want to do that?
Most certainly. However, I have a ceiling in my bathroom. I understand clearly what you're saying, but the ceiling in my bathroom with the shower over has a big gaping hole in which the first water leak did.
Okay, well, we need to address that. That's a problem. I'm not telling you you can't list your problems. No, that's a problem. So here's what we have. We have a hole in the ceiling and mice. Those are the two biggest problems, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, well, I think we can get those addressed. At least find out how bad this mice thing is. Now, as far as cellulitis, I don't think you can blame the apartment complex for that. Honest to goodness, I don't think you can. I think it's too much of a leap, and it makes you sound crazy if you try to say that the fleas on the mice bit you and gave you cellulitis.
The first water leak from the tub, it's damp underneath the floor of the carpet.
That's not good.
Being that this water leak was going for 2 years.
Is the floor squishy?
What's that?
Is the floor kind of squishy?
Yeah, it has a weird kind of sticky kind of, when you stand up on it or try to walk through my bedroom.
I know what you're talking about, like spongy kind of, soft.
Yeah.
Well, that's dangerous. Listen, we will have Deputy Smarty Pants address this. You know, part of the thing we do here is just try to summarize and put problems into a perspective where we can understand them. Dawn, what's going on with you, Dawn? When are we going to have the Bitcoin guy?
I'm waiting to hear back because he's in a meeting.
Okay,
so
good.
If it's not today, because Tom, we do end early today.
I know. I hope we can get him on a little. Dawn, what's going on with Bank of America?
Hi. So I talked with you last year, and you had a great suggestion on getting the transactions when my identity was stolen. So Bank of America, I had found out last year that someone had used all of my PII and opened an account with them in my name and charged up the maximum. So it was well over $12,000.
Now, when you say charged up, so they opened up a credit card in your name?
Yes, they did.
Holy crap.
And yes, and you had a great suggestion at the time, which was to get all the transactions.
Right.
And that was helpful for me in piecing.
But are they still coming after you for this?
I just received a letter from an attorney to collect on this debt, even though back in August I have a letter dismissing the debt.
Of course. Well, you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is exactly. Companies buy up old debt from companies, and they even buy up what's called bad debt. And they buy it for pennies, hoping to resurrect it. A lot of people call this ghosting. Now, here's the thing. All you have to do, I say all you have to do. This collection company, you simply say the matter was settled and submit this letter. And if they refuse it, you just have to go to court and tell the judge. You do not have, really, if you're served, you're going to have to show up. It's a pain in the ass when they do this, but that's the worst thing you can do is ignore it. So are they threatening to take you to court?
Yes.
Okay. Here's what I say. Here's what I.
Does that mean I would do California?
No, of course not. Of course not. Where did they say the bill took place? In California?
The letter does not say
Here's what I would say. I would say this was not on my account, never my account. Here's a letter explaining it, and if you do not accept it, I beg you to take me to court. The quicker the better, so I can put this matter to rest. You know what? They know when you say stuff like that you don't care, and they're not going to intimidate you. I'm just telling you that. I would hit it head on like that, simply head on, and say, please take me to court. You see, the problem is there's not much you can do about collectors who are resurrecting old or inaccurate debt. They do it sometimes just to see if they can intimidate you. But most of the time, they never follow through. And really, that is the simplest way. You hit it head on and then say, if you don't accept this, please sue me as soon as possible. I will gladly accept service. When people know you're like that, believe me, they start disappearing. By the way, Century RV, someone said you guys were talking so well about them, CenturyRV.com, and we didn't give out the number. I thought we did, but I'm going to give out the number for Century RV. For new and used RVs, 303-453-1111. Just so you have that now. It's 303-453-1111, CenturyRV.com. Okay, we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, and we have a short show today, another hour to go. Get your calls in.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver.
Now, impact traffic. This report is sponsored by Betfred Sports.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, big delays through Douglas County, north on I-25. The highway is stopped. Stay off north on I-25. The problem is emergency bridge repair. North on I-25 shut down between Bridgegate and Lincoln Avenue. Semi ran into the RCD Light Rail Bridge, so repairs there underway. North on I-25 jammed up somewhere back to Happy Canyon, and that's over an hour and a half delay on north on I-25. In the metro area, crash reported south on I-25 just past 6th Avenue, and there's roadwork south on 225 near Parker Road. Okay, when 3-point weather, tonight partly cloudy, about 12 degrees. Sunny and warmer tomorrow with a high of 44, currently 34 degrees. With your impacts, traffic and weather, I'm Susan Field, Pittsburgh, Payback.
$30 free bet. That's right. Receive your free.
You get on a DE&AG?
On the app. No deposit necessary. Download the app today at BetfredSports.com. Must be 21. Gambling problem, call 800-522-4700.
TheArtOfGranite.com. TheArtOfGranite.com. That's the place to contact for your granite countertops or your quartz countertops or your stone countertops of any kind. He's a direct stone importer, and he will charge wholesale for materials. Did you know you can also buy your materials elsewhere and you still get it for wholesale through his wholesale account? And then he will tear out and haul away your old stuff free and do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. He charges only for fabrication and installation and wholesale on materials, so you can get your price on the phone. 303-386-5919. Right now, a lot of people are hurting for cash and for money. And even better yet, they want to start, unloading stuff they don't need. If the pandemic has done anything, it's shown us what's important and what's not. And what's not important is all that junk jewelry you have sitting around that you never use. Old chains, gold, silver, coin collections, old watches. Go to a local guy, David Ellis, at David Ellis Jewelers for cash on the spot. He's honest, he's low. Don't take chances sending stuff through the mail or UPS to somebody on the internet. Go to Cherry Creek shopping area, 3rd and Clayton. See David Ellis Jewelers for cash today. 303-322-8779. 3rd and Clayton. David Ellis Jewelers. Immediate cash for your old gold and silver. David Ellis Jewelers.
Admit it. You wish you had it done.
Mark Vasili's talking about your old costume jewelry. You still have all that Vanilla Ice jewelry?
Yeah, right.
The office. Every week in this new hilarious podcast.
I used to love my chains.
Old friends from the office as they discuss their favorite moments on set and never before told stories.
Your kids watching?
Never.
No, come on.
They've never watched it. Listen to The Office Deep Dive on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Rick Iverson of Ideal Home Loans, and rates are still at record lows. But you don't want to play the waiting game because you're likely to get burned. Call Ideal Home Loans today where you can take advantage of our interest rate guarantee to cash in on some of the lowest interest rates we've ever seen. Call us today at 303-867-7000 to talk to one of our salary-based lending specialists or online at idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA. NMLS 136756 for terms and conditions. Call 844-45-IDEAL.
If you've ever sold a home, you know it's a hassle. From the prep work to the open houses, not to mention the surprise showings. What if I told you there was a stress-free way to buy and sell a home? Well, go to Orchard.com. Their Move First service helps you buy, then list your old home once you're all moved out. That means you'll never have to deal with showings, open houses, double moves, or double mortgages. And to make sure you get the best possible price, Orchard can also handle making repairs or updates, so your home is list ready. Joe, a recent Orchard client, said, with Orchard we got our new home for $10,000 less and got asking price on our old one. Highly recommend it. Cabot, another client, said, we didn't have to carry 2 mortgages, didn't have to rush to move, and most importantly, we beat out 7 other offers for our new home. Go to Orchard.com now, enter your address, and get started with a free valuation. It's that easy. That's Orchard.com. Again, Orchard.com.
Did you know the River Nile flows south to north? Learn more about the river that shaped one of the first civilizations, the Nile.
Cuomo blames GOP for nursing home scandal. Who does, son of a bitches?
He really did?
Yeah.
Listen to some of that press conference. He is mentally ill.
He is mentally ill.
And pretty much anything else.
You know what was funny? His brother, you know, the news guy, CNN guy, was bitching about Ted Cruz going to Mexico and would not bring up his own brother's shit, of course. Hey, if I lived in Texas, I would have went to Mexico, too. Go, man.
Social Security. Visit my website.
It's a little hinky to run off while folks around here freezing, but...
Yeah, well, he might have already had it booked. He got a good deal, man. Come on. It's probably not the best for re-election.
A broker-dealer, member of FINRA, SIPC, investment advisor representative, Cambridge.
But he didn't kill 15,000 people in a nursing home.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHAL.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter at 303-713.
Talk 713-8255. All right, yes, Mark.
We got so many comments on that whole panty story. It's crazy. We've got to make sure people understand that guy, that was his beanie. And maybe you can recap it real quick.
All right, let's recap it. Cowboy Moving and Storage was hired. They were on our referral list. They're hired to move a woman, but not to move her out of a place, but to move some stuff from her place, thin it out, and put it into a storage shed in the back. And they were packing up stuff and moving at her direction. She was there at all times, but moving in and out of the room with loud hip-hop music on. Why? I don't know. It just sounded weird. Anyway, so then she would come in every now and then. You sure the music's not too loud? Okay. Then this video was reviewed by her, she said, and she noticed some stuff that was weird. She said she was missing a pair of black panties and some money, $200, and a $32,000 painting. Now, obviously, the painting on the wall, she said, was missing, but they said they moved no paintings. They have no idea what she's talking about. Why wouldn't she call the police on that? Also, they said that the black thing, she said she's missing black panties. When we saw him on tape, he was packing up her clothes. Then he took something off a chair and folded it up very gently, looked around, and put it in his cargo pants pocket near his knee. It just looked weird. I'll admit it looked weird because he was kind of like looking around.
It wasn't just how it looked. It's also the way she painted the picture.
Right.
She said my panties were stolen.
She said my black panties. So now we're all seeing, well, those are her panties. They're crumbled up, lacy black. They're not lacy. We start seeing things because she's telling us, hey, he put my panties in his pocket. And then that other guy, he took my money. And you can clearly see he took his wallet out, counted some money, put it back. Maybe he was thinking, I'm going out to eat later. Do I have enough? Who knows? But in any case, once we had this video professionally enhanced and looked at, and we looked at this ottoman or chair that this black crumpled up clothing was on, it wasn't crumpled up. It was black. It was laying there. It was clearly his cap.
A beanie.
It was a beanie, clearly. And that's what he folded and put in his pocket. Now, obviously, you know, this woman was very adamant about it being her black panties. I think what happened is she looks at this video. I think she's a little pissed off for some reason, and she starts making up stories based on the video. And she said, you know what, I am missing those black panties. Well, they're not his. He didn't take them. And this painting, she says, was up in the corner with in the video, right? On the wall. It wasn't even something they were moving. So they would have had to take it off the wall. And if they did, why is that tape not there? And then why don't we have tape of the wall with the painting missing?
Yeah, the only tape we got was very little.
We started becoming suspicious. And the bottom line is this. we do not believe that Cowboy moving and storage did anything wrong.
No, I don't
think so. Is she
think
coming
so at
back on to address this?
Hopefully Monday she is, because I'd like to figure it out. But for now, if you ask me, the case of the panty snatch is solved. It's a solved case.
Okay, so it's not panties. It was his cap, and we, all we can say is this: it's never a bad idea to have video. I mean, I guess in this case it vindicated him. But you can't jump to conclusions, I guess. And it's really sad that I almost think she made it up. Now that I'm thinking about
I think after watching the video that she sent us a little bit, and the way she's walking around, kind of bebopping, asking him questions, there's something going on. We'll find out Monday.
You want to know the truth? Okay, I'm just going to say it. I think she was trying to get their attention.
Or I didn't know she was trying to get a refund.
Right,
and
Suzanne?
she's jaded that nobody bit
she's
on her,
she's a middle-aged woman, bottle blonde.
You think that too, Suzanne?
Hold on. Why is she walking around bebopping, hip-hop?
She was fishing.
Why does she put... I'm not saying for action.
Let's
I'm just saying...
Monday.
for attention. She was looking for attention and didn't get it.
You know what? It's odd that you thought the same exact thing as I... Because she kept bebopping in and out, And
made him breakfast?
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
Oh, I didn't know that part. Wow. Okay. Deputy Doc, what's going on? You have a Bitcoin comment. What is it?
So here's the thing. Bitcoin was started by this guy, Satoshi Nakamoto. Whether it's one person or a group, nobody knows. It's totally anonymous. He published an article, and that's how Bitcoin got started. And what happens is every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin you get from mining is cut in half. So what it is the hashtag is 256 zeros and ones. And in order to solve the problem of the hashtag, there are 2 to the 256 combinations. So it takes an enormous amount of computing power to figure out that algorithm. So if you do, you are rewarded with a Bitcoin. Now, there's a place, it's interesting, in Iceland that has thousands of computers that are going 24/7 trying to get a Bitcoin. And the reason it's in Iceland is because they can open the doors to cool down the computers. It takes an enormous amount of time and energy to solve one of these algorithms. So the more Bitcoin increases, the more it's worth it to spend the time and energy. So right now, a Bitcoin is worth $50,000. So it's worth time and energy to mine a Bitcoin. But that's basically it. You're solving an algorithm that has trillions of solutions.
Deputy, Ken, were we wrong? Well, not wrong. And the assumption I read is that these computers are also used to process transactions.
Yes.
But that's different. There's a difference between processing the transaction and mining for Bitcoin.
No, but I was told you are rewarded too for helping process to be part of that blockchain.
That's part of the mining, though.
No. There's a charge that people get for cashing in, but
and the charge is paid across the board to the computers that are helping to process the transaction. They don't have a Bitcoin headquarters. Deputy Doc, there's no bit. Okay, well then, where does that money go that they charge, or that fee in bitcoins that they charge for processing? And who does the processing? The same network of computers that are doing the algorithm, I assume. I don't know. I'm not an expert at this. I don't know.
No, it's two different things, Tom.
I'm not saying, Ken, I'm not saying they're not two different things. I'm asking, however, if two different things can be done by the same group of computers.
No.
How do you know that?
That are mined, because the ones that are...
I think he's right. I think the ones that are mining are only mining.
That's right. That's all. They're dedicated to solving...
So it really is, it really is nonsense busy work.
Well, you mean the mining?
Of course it is. That algorithm, what will the solution to that algorithm do?
Okay, it gives you a Bitcoin.
Well, I understand that. Just like writing a letter to somebody else gets you I'm talking about a chain letter. What I'm saying is, with Bitcoin, you're not the way you create value is by doing literally busy work that has no value.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. They had to give some kind of, they had to assign some kind of way to get Bitcoins, and it's either mining or trading or buying, right?
Well, no, they're two different things, Tom. The people that are mining have computers that work.
I understand that. Yeah. Deputy Doc, I understand that. I just said you either mine for them, buy them, or trade them.
Exactly.
Yeah, three different ways of getting them. And the mining, is what befuddles me and what I don't understand. And again, I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't know enough to disagree with anybody. I don't know anything except it's weird to me that busy work, literally busy work, was created as their system of value.
Yes.
I mean, it's like an algorithm that they have to, or a math problem that they have to solve, and for it they get rewarded. That creates the value.
Yeah, they basically created their own currency.
Yeah, but to establish the value, it has nothing to do with gold and silver.
No,
but if you think about it, gold and silver doesn't have any real value either.
Well,
Mark, what I mean is the intrinsic actual value. The actual
I'm
value.
saying there's some things gold is literally used for. Forget about jewelry.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. And so is silver. You're right. But that's not the basis of the true value of those things. It's what people are willing to pay. And so these transactions, it was just made up. I mean, it's weird. And I've never had anyone explain how it all began or where the person is or if there's a person. It's almost like damn magic. I'm Tom Martino.
Tell your smart device.
Man, I'm telling you, it's so weird. It is weird. Mark, do the Simply Floors, please.
Okay. Is it the first one?
Yep.
Available on over 2,000 devices. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Westera Credit Union.
Funded by Fred Sports Traffic Center. Big delays through Douglas County, north on I-25. The highway is stopped. Stay off north on I-25. The problem is emergency bridge repair. North on I-25 shut down between Ridgegate and Lincoln Avenue. Semi ran into the RCD light rail bridge, so repairs there underway. North on I-25 jammed up Summer back to Happy Canyon, and that's over an hour and a half delay on north on I-25. In the metro area, crash reported south on I-25, just past 6th Avenue, and it's roadwork. That's south on 225 near Parker Road. Off Big One, weather, tonight partly cloudy, about 12 degrees. Sunny, warmer tomorrow with a high of 44, currently 34 degrees. With your impacts, traffic and weather.
Susan Pitt. Can't have the home, but hate the kid.
Simply.
The extra renovation money you need with a new mortgage or a refinance at Westera Credit Union. Connect with a specialist at moremoneymortgage.com. Equal housing opportunity, NMLS 421606.
The best flooring at the best pricing, and it's the simplest way to buy new flooring. SimplyFloorsInc.com. You go to the website, you set up an appointment right there. They'll show up, they'll do all their measurements. They'll bring all the samples of hardwood or tile or carpet. When they installed our new carpet at our house, we were so happy. It went so simple, and it costs less than the big box stores. These guys are revolutionizing, or whatever the hell I was trying to say, the way you buy flooring. SimplyFloorsInc.com. You really seriously got to check them out. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Revolutionary is easy.
They're here, but you can do more than wait for your turn. Here's how. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. And it's risky to be indoors with them, too. And masks? Well, they protect both the person wearing them and the folks around them. Wear a mask, watch your distance, and make a big difference now.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov.
It's so weird to invest into something you really have no understanding of either, you know what I mean?
I know. That's...
And then what happens if Uncle Sam says, no more Bitcoin?
Hello? I don't know why I did FaceTime. I didn't need to do FaceTime. Hey, I wanted to ask you, that login is not working. 1953, it's just not working. It just says wrong credentials. You haven't changed anything? Right, that's what yeah, and then I even tried the wrong one that you put down, but really, it just won't let me connect. All I'm trying to do is I enter those credentials into Quicken in order to, just to update. I keep all my stuff on there, and it won't log into it. I don't know why. And it's, okay. It's part of the system too, okay.
If you've ever watched a movie about hockey, you probably had a chuckle at the guy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I just wanted to get that on there. I've never logged on, actually, to be honest with you, except the very first time.
Hey, Jackie, Mark, did you get that this time? Excellent. Excellent.
You're hesitant to go on a date or just out with friends. So if that describes you or someone you care about, please get in touch with Aspenwood Dental today and set up your absolutely free consultation with one of their
I wonder why.
team to talk about how
could it be that?
Can make your life so much more enjoyable in so many ways.
Oh, wait.
Leading to friendships, to your love.
Wait, is it so? No matter what, there's two-factor. Where would they send the second factor then? They wouldn't send. Go ahead.
Experience and quality of work. So give them a call, 303-751-3321. That's 303-751-3321. Or online at AskMeWhatDental.com.
Can you do it? Good. Yeah, do that.
Microban 24 protects against staphylococcus aureus and enterobacter aeruginosa bacteria.
Of course.
By 24-hour protection against viruses. Hear that?
All right, now I'll see if I.
24 killing bacteria on your bathroom door. Spray on hard surfaces to kill 99.9% of viruses and bacteria initially, including the COVID-19 virus. Once dry, Microban is proven to keep killing bacteria for 24 hours, touch after touch. Keep killing bacteria for 24 hours with Microban 24.
Mike, room 4 is ready to go. Now.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin. Like at Dr. Moore's dermatology practice, to keep pace with new patients, he needs to get started hiring right away.
I need to eat.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply. Greenberry.
Hi, I'm Peter Harris for Greenberry Cereal. You've heard our jingle, healthy cereal for your family. It's not just a line. It's a fact. Greenberry with amazing honest sorghum is the healthiest and most natural choice in the cereal aisle.
Indian buffet? Because I don't care about the quality of the food, so long as there's a lot of it.
Do they even have those right now? Can you even
Not
find
really. As a matter of fact, was up at the Monarch Casino and they were serving people at the buffet. I don't know how it worked, and when I saw it was $50 a person.
That's bullshit. Fiber is what they're talking about. It's fucking. It's misleading as hell. Okay, I get it. Hi, Tom Martino, your
Troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's going on with Lee? Lee, what's happening, sir?
Hi, I was...
Or ma'am, I'm sorry. Lee.
That's all right. I was wondering if you could tell me on the halt on evictions. I read an article that said you could evict for if the lease is up or you're on month-to-month.
Yes. Now, here's the trick, though. If you're on a month-to-month, then the only requirement is whatever the written lease says. And if there was a previous written lease and it reverts month-to-month, whatever the previous lease said. So if there was a 30-day notice, they have to give you a 30-day notice. If it's verbal, it's a 10-day notice to end, to say 10 days. If it's verbal, month-to-month. So now...
We're the landlords, and it's a 30-day notice.
So it's a 30-day, and you're on a month-to-month. Now here's
and they've given us COVID papers.
Okay, well, see, that's what I was going to say. You can end the lease, okay? You can end the lease, technically, but you can't evict them. So you can say to them, as I'm giving your 30-day notice that your month-to-month is terminated, all right? So let's say you do that right at the end of this month, or right now even, that their lease is going to be terminated at the end of March, okay?
Okay.
So they've gotten more than 30 days notice, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now let's say they say, oh, by the way, we can't leave because of COVID. There's no place, we can't afford a new place, blah, blah, blah. Then if you try to evict them, they're going to use COVID as their defense. So I believe, this is not legal advice, I believe that even though the lease ends and you can legally get them out of the lease, you still can't evict them. Mark, is that your understanding? Is that your understanding or not? What do you think?
No, I don't think she can get into court to evict him. I think that's the problem.
Well, no, I know. But what I'm saying is that she can give them notice under the lease. I'm not renewing. But then if they don't leave,
go through the eviction.
That's the part I say. Yeah, I don't think you will be able to, Lee. We've asked our attorney over and over, and that seems to be the rule. Hold on, though. I'm curious about a few things. Looking for some extra cash, or just want to get rid of some old gold, silver, valuables? Hello, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. The internet and social media are riddled with liars, cheats, and ripoffs, promising big money, but not delivering. Sometimes outright stealing. Don't take chances. Go with someone local, someone in Denver, nearly 40 years.
No one will give you a better deal. Cash on the spot for your gold.
It really doesn't say anything about
And he's someone you can trust.
the lease ending. I mean, it really doesn't even talk about it. It basically says you can't evict them.
DavidEllisJewelry.com 303-322-8779. Don't wait. That's 303-322-8779.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
Coming up at 5 after the hour, listen for your chance to win $1,000 on KHOW Denver.
ABC News, I'm Elwin Lopez. President Biden making his debut on the international stage since taking office, virtually addressing leaders at the Munich Security Conference today. Without mentioning former President Trump, he says America is committed to Europe and democracy.
The transatlantic alliance is back, and we are not looking backward. We are looking forward together.
In Texas, after 5 days of record cold, temperatures are expected to rise above freezing today, enough for state grid operators to end rolling blackouts for now. But lack of food and clean water is still a problem. At Houston's DeMar Stadium, one man waiting in line for water says he's been boiling water all week.
I'm still okay because we're boiling the water for drinking, but we couldn't get any bottled water around those supermarkets on our neighborhood.
This is ABC News. 35 Capitol police officers are under investigation following the deadly January siege.
Here we go.
Most stand accused of allowing vandals and trespassers to enter without taking any action. 6 officers suspended with pay. Expected mothers are now getting coronavirus vaccines in a new study.
There are a lot of pregnant women out there. An ABC News medical contributor, Dr. Simone Wild, says they want answers when it comes to the COVID vaccine.
It's not enough just to say, based on preliminary information, I think having hardcore data will really help to reassure a lot of individuals.
So far, what little data there is pointed to a positive direction for both mother and baby. For Pfizer's clinical trial, 4,000 women in the 3rd trimester will get either the vaccine or a placebo. They chose the 3rd trimester for the shots because there's much less risk to the unborn child. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
A source confirms to ABC News Prince Philip will probably stay in the hospital into next week. The 99-year-old Duke of Edinburgh admitted for observation earlier in the week. Elwin Lopez, ABC News.
What can give you a competitive edge in today's red-hot housing market? Rocket can. That's because Rocket Mortgage can give you a verified approval. It could help your offer stand out. Because when you find the perfect home, you don't want to lose it to anybody else. Rocket Technology provides a rock-solid verification of your income, assets, and credit, giving sellers and their agents greater confidence in you. We've already helped over 1 million clients just like you reach their home financing goals this year alone. So remember this, what can help you buy the home you really want? Rocket can.
Go to rocketmortgage.com or call us today at 8338-ROCKET. That's rocketmortgage.com or call 8338-ROCKET.
A verified approval is based on an underwriter's analysis of your individual financial information, personal entitled for information and conditions equal to the other. State and MLS, access.org, under 30.
KCAL News Time, 12:03.
For some folks who haven't been paid since December, it's big news.
Claimants who have exhausted the balances on their claims before December 26th will be able to start certifying and receiving benefits.
Colorado Labor Department's Chief of Staff Daniel Chase about the launch of Phase 2 for those who qualify for pandemic unemployment assistance. Chase says it's a two-step process they hope to fix, and they're doing that starting tonight. Folks won't be able to access the My UI Plus system from 5:30 tonight to 5 a.m. tomorrow. Westminster Public Schools is...
I wonder what happened to that bridge. It looks like something too big ran into it.
Said students will have the opportunity to attend classes through...
What do you mean by that?
Instead of ending the current school year on May 25th. The Nuggets' Nikola Jokic was named to the starting lineup for the NBA West All-Star squad. He'll join top vote getter LeBron James, who earlier this year said, I don't even understand why we're having an all-star.
It looks like something that had something too tall, like a tractor trailer carrying like big military equipment or something. Went under the bridge and the top of the shit they were carrying hit the bridge. That's what they're trying to fix out there in Lincoln. It's pretty fucked up. We come in passing it. Something hit that bridge big time, man. I mean, they have engineers out there. They had it all shut down.
Where is it now?
So if you go I-25, coming from Castle Rock into town, coming north.
The Lincoln thing.
Lincoln, right there.
Overpass.
Yeah, so something drove Lincoln.
So is Lincoln closed there?
Lincoln's closed there, absolutely. But it's fucked up, man. Something really hit that bridge. I mean,
like it was too high, you think?
Yeah, it was too high, because it's like right in the middle of the northbound lanes.
The northbound lane on the left or right, fast lane or slow lane?
Like kind of in the middle. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It was.
Can you imagine fucking barreling down to 65 and hitting the...
Oh my God, man, it'd be crazy. You know, when I first got my RV coming back, the first time I ever drove it...
Paranoid, Mark. I was so paranoid.
It's so terrifying because you look like you're going to hit these fucking things.
I and my bus was in New York. When I was being syndicated, we traveled around the Northeast. We went into the tunnel. And the bus driver, I had a professional driver, and he says, well, I measured. He says, you can make it.
You thought you were going to hit.
Oh, my God. But we had a little antenna we could hear scraping a wire. That was
I never even thought of it until, you remember, I picked it up at Century way out there in Longmont. So there's really no bridges forever. And I'm coming up on my first bridge, and I'm thinking, holy shit, I don't even know. I'm thinking, but then logic kicked in. There's no way I just bought something.
And trucks and all that. What's going on, bro? No, I didn't. I hear you.
Spinal cord stimulation, even stem cells and PRP. Founded by local doctors, recognized by all major insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, and workers' comp. Get your life back. 303-GOT-PAIN or ColoradoPainCare.com.
It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword HOPE to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's HOPE to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help! I need somebody.
Now,
help you, just call us 303-713-TALK, or you can call 24/7 at 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. So Lee is in a boat of many, many landlords. They're stuck with tenants not paying, yet their bills go on. It's a terrible thing. I mean, I feel bad for tenants, yes. And I feel bad for landlords. But I'll bet you there are a lot of tenants taking advantage of this, and we're not affected at all, or we're just affected a little, or whatever. But they're taking advantage of this no eviction.
And there's nothing they have to prove. All they have to do is say COVID. That's it.
And on top of that, Mark, at the end of all of this, they probably just leave. They're saving up their money now. They're just going to leave. But landlords should get together, and they should say, listen, if you screwed somebody on the way out, you're not getting in. But I don't know.
I think there's PPP loans, if they're still going on, and then with this next $80 trillion gazillion dollar deal, I bet there is ways to get landlords money as well.
Let's talk to Lee. You're a landlord, right, Lee?
Yes.
When you said your tenants presented COVID paperwork, what does that mean?
We were giving him a notice to move only because we wanted to sell the house. We didn't know that COVID would get involved with that. So we were told to send them the COVID papers that they fill out and sign and give back to you.
And what do they say?
I don't have it in front of me. There's 5 issues, like I have COVID. It's affected my ability to make money. I cannot work. If I have to move, I would have to move in with a lot of people, which would possibly give everyone COVID, and there's something else, too.
Yeah, okay. Basically, all you have to do is claim COVID. I mean, it's so open.
Just about. And
now,
we can't.
When did he stop paying?
October.
So he did not pay in October?
Correct.
So October, November, December, January. And he'll just ride this out, ride it out. And is this only one rental you have?
We have 2. We're not renting the other one out because we don't want this to happen.
Yeah, smart.
Very smart.
I don't know, but that's what we've decided. The stress is not good.
Wow. You know what they should have said to these people? You got to pay what you can as opposed to just paying nothing.
Yeah, but how do you ever prove that?
It does say that they will make partial payments. We sent him a certified letter, him and his wife, and we said, we need you to make partial payments. Please call us. We will pick up the rent. We've never heard from him. And they have another car now, which I think the rent money probably bought.
That would drive me
That's crazy.
They're not rich people by any means, but when you are saving that much in rent, you can...
How much is their rent?
Well, we are very, very lax. We are $1,500 for a big house.
Wow.
You are very lax, and they can't even pay the $1,500?
That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying.
Do they have kids?
They have one daughter that will be 18 in May.
Oh, man, this is too bad. I just hope...
He's handicapped. He's physically handicapped. He's on SSDI, and she works as a CNA, and she works a lot of double shifts.
Well, I don't see how their income was affected at all.
It wasn't.
He said that she had COVID. She signed the papers but didn't give them to us. They texted us her COVID papers. He came over and gave us his COVID papers. So.
But having COVID still doesn't just automatically protect you, does it?
If it affects your income.
But she's working, right?
I don't know. We don't know what she's doing.
Yeah, who knows, Tom? I mean, you basically just have to say COVID. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have it. You can say, I can't go find another place because I'm afraid I'll get it.
And I can't find another job. Also, it says you're supposed to be looking for work once you're better.
But you still have to make your mortgage payments.
Correct. And we did get some landlord rental relief, but for...
What does that mean?
Yeah, how much was that?
What does that mean?
Work?
What is that? What is it?
You apply through POP, P-O-P, through the COLA, Colorado, something or other, and we applied in...
And what do you get?
We got 3 months. We asked for 4. We got 3.
So now, that 3 months of rent, are you allowed to now go collect, and do you have to pay it back? How does it work?
If he should pay us the back rent, we have to give that money back. But we haven't had any.
They know they're going to be evicted as soon as it's lifted, right?
They seem to think that they'll be able to stay because they filled out the COVID papers.
You need to start the eviction process, regardless.
Now, if people say, I hate, if the government comes in and says, now you can only evict them based on going forward, you can't evict them for anything like the back rent, that's going to be terrible. But you think that, do they really think they can just live there free now?
I think so. I don't know. We have decided not to speak to him because sometimes he spins yarns or exaggerates. So it's just better.
How long have they been there?
11 years.
11 years.
They've been good tenants.
Yeah, but and you've been good landlords. I mean, $1,500 for a house.
Can she even sell her house, Tom?
No,
trying, but
she can't. It's a lien on the house, basically. He will. You know, who's going to buy the house? Who's going to buy the house under these conditions?
We can't even get in. He won't let us in, so we're going to have a police officer there to let us in to show the house to a realtor.
God, this pisses me off.
What happens if somebody's foreclosed on a rental and now the bank owns it? Can they get somebody out?
That's a hell of a good question.
You know what? I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea.
But do you think I should go forward with the notice to move?
Oh yeah, yeah. You're terminating the lease.
Yes.
So no matter what, when the termination, you're terminating the lease. Yeah, why not? But then if they don't leave, then you have, you can't do the eviction, but you have officially told them the lease is over. And so as soon as this eviction, you see, this is what they don't understand. When this eviction process is over, you don't have to, there's nothing that says you have to rent to them the rest of your life.
You know what's funny? I'm staring at this. I didn't realize this, but Colorado, not the federal one, the moratorium doesn't expire now till April 19th.
Oh, and they're going to extend it.
April 19th? Oh, I thought it was March 31st.
That's the federal one, is March 31st, but with Biden in office, I mean, that might be 2040.
Right, but I thought Polis's expired March 31st.
No, it says right here, by order of governor, no evictions until April 19th, 2021.
But we all know it's going to be extended, Lee. They've gotten themselves in a position where all of their voters are affected directly. I'm not kidding, by the way. And they can't slap their voters in the face. They're going to have to figure out a way to extend this and then let people off. You wait. You wait. And it's a shame. They've gotten themselves, they painted themselves into a corner because they've set up their own voters to fail. That's because in their mind, that's what they're doing. They're helping voters. I mean, that's all government does at no matter what. And if you think it's different, it's wrong. That's what they're doing. They're trying to perceive who are their voters.
I'm sorry, I misspoke there. It was extended, but there's a little hiccup here. You can still evict as of now, but you can't charge any late fees or anything else. So even though he extended it, it has nothing to do with the eviction part.
Good.
But you can't evict by federal law.
Yeah, by federal, it's the 31st of March, so, I mean, it doesn't matter.
And the federal law, I doubt, will ever be lifted. I'm not kidding.
How do the feds come in on property that you own? It's
privately.
Your property.
That's right.
I don't even know how it's legal. I don't understand it. Has it been tested in the Supremes yet?
No, of course not. We would have heard about it one way or the other.
How can they tell you what kind of thing you can do when someone enters into a contract with you? It's egregious.
Yeah, it is. And it's sad because it's not like
Can they make Walmart give me free steak?
I'm not saying screw people, but I'm saying you're people too.
No, they're choosing who to screw.
No, that's what I'm getting. They're choosing winners and losers. And what do you think that's based on? What did I just say? It's based on votes. We all know it is. I mean, we all know
why do you think there's 1 million people at the border ready to hop over? They get free health care. It looks like they can go get free housing now, at least until March.
No, but no one in their right mind is going to start a new lease right now. They're not going to rent. No one is going to rent
until Uncle Sam says you have to rent.
No, you can't make somebody rent a place. Never.
Well, they're making people break their own agreements they came up with.
Mark, what I'm saying is if you own a house, you can keep it vacant. I keep a house vacant.
I would assume so.
So you're telling me the government can come to me and say, Tom, you must rent your home out.
Tom, I never thought the government would come to you and say, hey, that agreement you and Mark had, we're going to alter it right now. We don't care what you guys said.
Do you really think that would be a cold day in hell? You think they will walk up to people who own homes?
Honestly, I don't, but I'm pretty shocked on what they have done.
I am too. I am totally shocked. I'm Tom Martino. Give us a call, 303-713-TALK.
Wait, they did. In New York and other places, they made people that owned hotels put homeless people in them. They made them.
On Curiosity Street. CuriosityStream is the streaming video service full of thousands of documentary films and TV shows about nature, science, history, travel, and pretty much anything else you want to learn about. Spark your curiosity on any device that can stream Go. Learn more and sign up today at CuriosityStream.com.
Fix It 24/7. I have to tell you something. They got 600 calls in one day into their office with people who needed help with plumbing and heating. They do plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And I got a pledge from the president and owner of this company that any problems we send to him, he'll make sure he personally takes care of. That's what I love. It's that when you have this much volume, you're bound to have somebody here or there drop the ball, but he wants to know about it. You can trust them. $39 for a service call to find the problem, no matter how long it takes, and then they present you with honest value options. If you decide to take an option, then they do not charge you the $39. But the most you'll pay if you have nothing done is $39. 720-526-3939, 526-3939, fixmyhome.com. Idealhomeloans.com is a lender. I know Brent, from the time he started it, I've been telling people to use Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. What they have in place is a great system. First and foremost, the interest rate guarantee. So, close. Don't worry about dropping rates. If they go down any lower, you're refinanced free of charge. And every time you close, you get a 2-year warranty. Now, here's the deal. They not only have that, but they have something called credit optimization. You may have good credit and be approved. They can make your credit even better. Yes, they can. You might have to pay down one card by this much or that card by that much, and you never know how many points it'll help. They do. They can help you tweak your credit to get even better pricing, better interest. And they are direct lenders, and that's why they say they are usually lower and cheaper, and they urge you to shop around and put them on the list. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000, 303-867-7000, IdealHomeLoans.com. I hope you never get in trouble, because it's a hell of a thing to be accused of a crime. Now, many people say, okay, I didn't do it. Other people say I made a stupid mistake. Other people say I was falsely accused. Here's the bottom line. No matter what your story is, you need a criminal defense attorney. No one should go through the system alone. And that is why I recommend Joseph A. Lazzara, attorney at law. Now, if you have a DUI, he can help you out. And the way he'll do it is with flat rate pricing on everything. So call him. DUI, shoplifting, assault, something that you're accused of. And again, no judgment, just representation. 303-429-6200. You can find them on referralist.com. Just search for Joe or Joseph or Lazzara, Lazzara, Joe Lazzara. And his website is lazzaralegal.com, 303-429-6200.
If you've ever sold a home, you know it's a hassle. From the prep work to the open houses, not to mention the surprise showings. What if I told you there was...
Was that it for the show?
Well, go to Orchard. Open houses, double moves, or double mortgages. And to make sure you get the best possible price, Orchard can also handle making repairs or updates, so your home is list ready. Joe, a recent Orchard client, said, with Orchard we got our new home for $10,000 less and got asking price on our old one. Highly recommend it. Kevin, another client, said, we didn't have to carry 2 mortgages, didn't have to rush to move, and most importantly, we beat out 7 other offers for our new home. Go to Orchard.com now, enter your address, and get started with a free valuation. It's that easy. That's Orchard.com. Again, Orchard.com.
Did you know that secondhand marijuana smoke has many of the same chemicals in secondhand tobacco smoke? In fact, 33 of those chemicals are toxic and can cause cancer, and breathing them could affect your health. For more information, visit smokeissmoke.com. The group to alleviate smoking pollution. works to protect everyone's right to breathe smoke-free air.
I'm so disgusted.
This is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated.
Just
especially children are.
What is it? I don't know what it is.
The inmate packages.
Oh, the fake inmate package.
Yeah, just basically a license to break the law.
It is great.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule.
I find it strange you can send inmates packages. I always thought they had to buy through their commissary.
East Prentice Avenue, Suite 475, Greenwood Village, Colorado, 80111.
To keep your home comfortable and running its best, make Prime.
Well, folks, you get to listen to women's basketball soon.
Comprehensive plumbing and services for
It's going to be exhilarating.
And more. Licensed and insured, Prime Plumbing and Heating offers competitive upfront pricing, and you never have to worry about high pressure.
What do you guys think of the Mulva call?
Service also available. Call
Or I mean Dolores call, by the way.
That's 720-542-8153. Or
what's that?
PrimePlumbingHeating.com.
Yeah.
The what?
The Dolores call.
This is Chris Valentin.
Mulva.
Trending on iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. March Madness returns next month, and the NCAA is allowing its individual games in the stands for all rounds.
You got that, didn't you?
Following back-to-back losses, the
I always wonder how many people get shit like that.
Denver will still be down to starters here in Harris and Paul.
Dan, did that fly over your head, Mulva?
It rhymes with
Mulva.
Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code SPORTS for a
Dolores.
special offer when you sign up. That's code SPORTS for a special offer when you sign up. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
You know, the first time you watch that episode, you are sitting there trying to think. You just, you don't get it.
To 200-200. Your confirmation text and info.
Is George a new question?
Nationwide contest. That's hope to 200.
I took George.
And good luck.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. I want to try to squeeze some calls in. The show is shortened today. Is this Joni or Johnny? Johnny, what's going on? Yeah, a lot of people are they're just using it as an excuse. A lot of people are.
Posted an eviction last week because they have a dog in the house now, which was not in the property or not the rental.
Yeah.
And then also they're not paying for their utilities. And of course, as you know, the water goes against us. So we have to pay the utilities as well.
Yeah, but they're going to say that's because of COVID.
Well, I understand that, but we're still paying the water.
Yeah, you won't. I don't think you'll get away on that one. The pet, you might, because you're allowed to evict for other reasons.
Well, exactly. Yeah, I understand that. So we'll just have to see what happens with that. And
keep us informed on it. Keep us informed on it.
They can fill out the paperwork anytime they want. We can serve an eviction, and if they see that and decide, they can go fill out the paperwork, even though they haven't up to now.
It's sad. It is really sad how many landlords. Yeah. I wonder how many landlords right now are not receiving rent. I wonder.
We're paying for it every month.
And you still have to pay your bills.
Oh, yeah, along with water.
Doesn't it just grate you, though, that the government just, with a swipe of a pen, says you're not allowed to do anything about it?
Well, they don't take us into consideration. We have one rental. We got that because we wanted to have it when my husband retired.
Sure.
So we had some kind of income. He's retired, and he has been for the last year and a half. We can't do anything about it.
No, it sucks. I'm with you. I am totally with you. I know what they're doing is wrong. There's no two ways about it. What they're doing is wrong, and it's hurting people. And they say, well, would you rather see tenants hurt? But I think a lot of tenants, listen, I think a lot of tenants can pay, and they're using it as an excuse. I think, or there should at least be a higher level of proof or evidence that your income was affected, like it does with unemployment.
Like a litmus test of some sort.
Like unemployment or something. Just right now, all they have to do is say, that's all they have to do is say, COVID affected me. That's it.
Right.
So listen,
we're in the whole $10,000.
I want. Oh my goodness! And you know you'll never get the money. You know they'll never pay.
We don't think so. The only thing we have satisfaction of knowing is hopefully they won't ever be able to rent from anybody again. Because when we kick them out, they're gonna.
I'm wondering about what all these people are going to do, because you know they're not going to pay. And when they're kicked out, will other landlords, if you get somebody who wants to rent from you and you find out they pulled the COVID, what would you do?
Oh, I'd let the other landlord know.
No, what I'm saying is if someone comes to you that just pulled a COVID and they owe 10 grand to another landlord.
No. Oh, no. I would never rent to them.
And I'm wondering if that's going to have yet another side effect we've never talked about.
I wonder if you can go after them after the fact for the money. Get a judgment and go after them.
Of course, I think you can. I don't think there's any law against that one. Now, George, I don't know. We were going to have a Bitcoin expert on, and it never came to fruition because he's in a meeting, but we're going to have him on Monday. What did you have about Bitcoin you wanted to talk about? George?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm an old man. I've been through a lot. I was a businessman, so I had money.
Yeah.
And I think this is kind of a greed thing, because if you're going to let, we all protect our computers, right?
Yeah.
So why would we let somebody in and pay big money with the hopes that we're going to make some money? When I see the stock market, too, they're playing it on the stock market. Well, it's nothing but a game.
It kind of is. I mean, what can I tell you? The stock market is, too. I mean, really, you summed it up. It is a game. There's no substance to most trades on Wall Street. We can't get into that now. We're out of time. Anyway, we have a lot to talk about. We are out of time. We'll be back here Monday at 10. Don't forget referralist.com for help, information, and referrals. Mark, what did you want to? Oh, I thought you wanted to say something. And we will, of course, keep solving problems. Call 303-MARTINO.
So Brownie didn't even have to come in.
No, I think he's got to come in at 3 or something. I don't know. I saw some email. It looked like he was coming in. I don't even know how long a basketball game is, man. Sorry to say. Like maybe an hour?
Don't lock. I'll be here.
What's happening?
Don't lock. I'm not leaving yet. You're locking.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 720844168.
Hey, everybody have a good weekend. Dano, go ahead and kill it, bro. We're getting out of here.